Welcome to the Final Fantasy demo. If you guys are watching us on YouTube, this is where your video begins. I'm Stevo. This is Donkey Pirate.
How's it going?
If you've seen him in the Mixer channel, or if you see him in the Mixer channel in the future, say hi. And this is it. Here we are. I remember when we were.
We're gonna do normal.
Sure.
Okay.
Did you do default Y-axis on the camera?
Yeah.
You don't do inverted?
No, I'm not flying a plane.
Is it Christmas in Midgard this time?
It is. So, in the original, you're up in the stars for like a minute and a half before it gets to this. So they're...
Oh, and they just jet you right in.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Immediately the game's gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. There's probably more polygons on her tooth than there were in the whole intro of the last game.
The entire scene.
I was reading an interview with the director on this, and the reason they started the game like this is they wanted you to feel almost remorse for what you're doing, but at the same time it's for the greater good or whatever. Like that the things you're about to be doing are affecting the city.
And that's I feel like the original game did an okay job at that anyway, but I do like the fact that, the morality here is pretty gray. Whether for good or bad, you're a terrorist.
And they've expanded this because, they had like 8 characters total in the intro, and she was just walking. So I like that they, making something a little sweet happen here. Like, oh no, her flower.
Yeah, that's a sweet moment.
That's so sad.
How long does she spend curling her hair like that in the front? Do you think that takes a while?
According to my wife, no.
Okay.
It'll actually curl pretty quick. Now, getting that curl to stay while you're swinging a staff and things like that, I don't know. I'll have to ask the experts. But you can see there's a lot more bustle going on in the city.
Yeah. The might of the military-industrial complex.
You can see little peaks of the city underneath.
Because
they didn't really expand on that a whole lot in the original. The ghetto's all underneath.
I was sort of the music for a second I thought was going to go into Avengers territory. It ended up not, but that's okay.
See, this is still my favorite video game soundtrack ever, too. This is so rich.
Speaking of hair,
yeah, look at how it moves.
Clouds stays like it moves, but it never falls.
I knew a kid in high school that liked to spike his hair up a lot like that, and he would actually put wood glue in his hair to get it to stay like that.
Wow, that's commitment.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it stayed like that until he cut it.
Now, if memory serves me, this guy's about to get fucked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and the original just shows the 2 people jump off in little punches, but
yeah,
I feel like Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse are going to be a lot bigger part of this game. Like, they way expanded on her.
Yeah.
Do you recognize, his name's Wedge, the fatter guy? Do you recognize his voice from when you played through it?
I have not played this yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is my first.
Oh my gosh. Look at the hair movement, the physics, and like everything just looks beautiful in this game.
Yeah.
And they captured how Cloud behaves without being too sullen.
Right. Yeah, I mean, Cloud definitely has a personality.
Yeah.
Like a personality type.
He's not as broody. Now, the first thing I noticed in this game is with the attacks, they don't really do a whole lot of damage because your whole point of attacking is to build up the gauge in the bottom corner.
Okay.
All right, so
you
start swinging through that gauge build up.
Over on the left.
Down bottom
on the right. The little blue. But you're level 7. Yeah. You jumped 6 levels and 3 sword swipes.
Pretty much. That's like 2 levels of swipe.
Hands where I can see him.
Soundtrack from Pirates of the Caribbean. The thing that I like is that remaking this game, they made a very detailed world with characters and life and everything. The world felt full. But now you can, especially because they're making it across several entries, they can spend as much time on any detail as they want. They can be like, oh, we're going to do a 45-minute minigame where you get past the little turnstile and that's, you know,
Yeah.
and that's flavor.
Yeah, and like even just these basic enemies, they have words.
Yeah.
They're saying things. They're moving like real people. So it's like, oh, I'm about to hit a real person, not just this guy holding a sword and kind of bouncing.
Right.
A lot of people were complaining about this game, that they wanted the turn-based. And I'm like, if that's what you wanted, you can just, you know, play the original.
Yeah.
With mods.
Right.
So when you fill up those little meters at the bottom, it lets you pick an action, and the game moves in, like it's still moving, but it's way slow. See?
Oh, right. Okay,
So that
yes.
pause the game directly.
But it's almost a pot. Ooh,
Yeah.
you got him right in the dick.
Right in the dick.
Square in the cojones.
Now when they ask him if he dresses right or left, he'll just say yes.
Hey, Dex, how's it going?
So as you can see, I'm just the bait while they're slipping around everybody. There, did you recognize him? You know that voice.
John DiMaggio?
No. It's Badger from Breaking
Oh,
Bad.
shit. Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
All right. I've also noticed in this game that guarding tends to be a lot more effective than dodging. Because you can dodge roll, but if you miss it, you just get slashed, and then you get to watch yourself roll.
That's fantastic.
Burn these fools.
Oh. So, yeah, the combat here is a bit reminiscent of Final Fantasy 15, but it's more turn-based than that, because Final Fantasy 15 was very actiony.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actiony, but this is actually to a point, and then you make a decision.
I would say it's really similar to Kingdom Hearts 2,
Okay.
except you get to control the other characters later too.
Oh, very cool.
Like that's what I've noticed.
There's no jump, right?
There's no jump.
Okay, so there's no platforming that you're going to be doing.
Which I'm excited about that because Kingdom Hearts 1 had some of the worst platforming in any game I've ever played.
Oh yeah, I'm fine without it. I'm fine without it.
And even like the hack and slashing, it's not super engaging, but like I said, the point is to build up your meter, you know? And that's where the combat's gonna shine, when you have the 3 people and you have to figure out who's gonna be best for what approach on a boss, maybe.
Is he one of us now?
Right.
He's got balls, this, what was his name again?
Cloud Strife.
Right.
And he isn't a soldier anymore.
Like I really like that they
Still,
added
he's a
personality for these two.
professional, unlike the rest of us. I'm glad to have him.
This is a one-time gig. When it's done, we're done.
So Cloud is Cloud voiced by the same guy from
No, Steve
Advent
Bloom
Children?
did him before in Advent Children. I'm not sure who does them now.
Looks are what
I
people
don't
look
think it was
for.
I thought it was the General Hospital guy.
I don't know.
I'd say you're not even reading the same book.
I didn't even look any of that up. I like the guy doing Barrett. He goes a little overboard on some stuff because I feel like Barrett needs to mellow sometimes.
Nobody do something
But
Yeah.
crazy
he's
just
pretty
for
high
money.
energy.
They may not think you're a true believer, but you know what I think?
Not interested.
What?
Fat stacks of Benjis.
Pat stacks of Benjis. Yeah, I do like Barrett a lot.
Wedge.
I remember
You better be worth the money, Merc. Every last gill.
I do recognize his Barrett's voice too.
I don't recognize him from anything, but apparently the guy doing the voice is a huge fan of the game, and same thing with the one doing Eris.
Yeah.
So they're both super excited about it.
Oh damn, they did a straight up cover art shot.
And I think that's probably going to be the cover art of the game.
Well, if that doesn't jazz you in the junk, I don't know what's gonna. They literally gave you a cover shot. Wow.
So one cool thing each character has is, see in the bottom left, for Cloud, he has 2 modes. He has Operator Mode and Punisher Mode.
Okay.
Punisher Mode hits harder, but he walks like slow, so you have to be up close and then switch to Punisher Mode, and you can do more damage.
Okay. Barrett
Barrett has like a charge system that he charges his gun up for a power shot, and then I'm not sure what the other ones are gonna do.
So I remember I'm sure that it's happened before then, but one of the, I remember twice where I was watching a trailer, and the trailer was gorgeous, and then so I don't know if it was intended on the part of the creator, but certainly the way I took it was that the twist at the end of the trailer was that you are in game. So that happened with the prequel to Phantom Pain, Ground Zeroes. With Ground Zeroes, and then I remember it happening with Assassin's Creed Unity, where it's showing you this, like, it's doing the camera sweep, you know, doing the cinematic, and it's gorgeous, and then it pivots up behind the character, and then it starts going. And this game did the same thing, where it's showing you a cinematic, Cloud jumps out, and you're still in game.
Yeah, you have to be really looking for it, but there's about half a second where, like, the steam or mist from the train, I guess, goes over the screen.
Yeah.
And then you're in game.
I guess I'm sure there's probably a resolution difference when it goes from cinematic to in-game. Hey, game guy. What's up, buddy?
And then you can sprint. That's about it.
This way.
What you tired from?
Not so fast. We've got
From work?
company.
Well, that's a mean-ass looking thing.
Yeah, I love that most of the characters and stuff look like they did in the original.
And that's a fine line you gotta walk, right? Is people
Try this.
being particular about the way something looked or the way something sounded, while also showing you something new.
Yeah, because I love that they're trying to keep it really similar to how it looked originally. Like they showed Ifrit, or Ifrit, however the people pronounce it.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look like a lion like he has in every game since 8.
Like an ape lion.
Yeah. But he looks like a demon with a more human face.
Oh, interesting. Half the company. Did you send everybody out of town, game guy? Are you doing your own personal Home Alone at work?
Not bad.
Oh, half the company's going out of town and leaving you to do half the company's job while they're gone. I see. That's bullshit, buddy.
They've added a lot to this little area as far as just making it a bigger place to go through.
Yeah.
Just so you have things to do. But then, like here, this is exactly how it looked in the original.
Pick up the pace.
This is a, do they say Mako or do they say Mako?
They say Mako. I've always pronounced it
Soldiers
Mako.
may attack on
Okay.
command,
But he says Mako.
But I hear they make good guard dogs too. Bet you've seen a few reactors. So how do we get to the bridge above Mako storage?
Mako storage.
Ain't holding out on me, are you? Stamp scared to bite the hand that fed him? Or is he a loyal little doggy? Have it your way, Mutt. We can do this
Take a
with
leave.
you, or we can do this without you.
Different reactor, different layout. Depends when it was built. Never seen one like this, but I'll manage.
Strange.
Alright, so one thing,
He seemed to be afflicted by something.
yeah, one thing they're for sure going to be doing a lot more of in this game
Biggs will have the door
is
open
expanding
soon.
the story. I've only played,
I'm watching you.
what was it, Crisis Core once? And that was the PSP game?
Yeah, I played that once, 2005.
Yeah. So in that game, they talk about how the people from Wutai, they're at war with them, right?
Right.
And so this game takes place right after that war. So in the original, they never mention it really at
That's my line.
in Midgar, but Yuffie, who's an optional character, doesn't even bring it up until you go to her hometown, which is an optional destination.
Right, so you could play through all of 7 without ever meeting Yuffie.
Yeah, and without ever knowing that they were at war. So I think in this game they're going to be expanding on that a lot, and that's why I know Leviathan is a summon in this game, which you don't get till Wutai
Yeah.
in the other one. and it kind of gives reason for, you remember the city of Junin? It's like a port town with a big cannon aiming out to sea.
Okay, yeah.
So they never really explained it because they didn't have to back then. It's like, oh cool, it's a city with a big cannon. But now I'm sure it's going to be part of that war where it was a defense system set up. But they're just going to expand the story a lot for that.
So do you like the fact that they're going to be spreading it over multiple entries? Because like you could spend all day every day in this game, so give me all the entries, go as deep as you want.
I do, to a degree. My problem with Crisis Core was that character Genesis they added for really an arbitrary reason.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really come into play for the rest of the original Final Fantasy VII. So as long as it maintains its integrity, I don't mind.
Okay.
Because they already have a new character in here. He was in one of the trailers. And
So, you know
apparently
Tifa,
he knows
right?
Cloud,
It's not
so he
really
might
my
be a
business,
former soldier
but
as
are
well,
you
or a
guys
current
close?
soldier.
Right.
So that stuff doesn't bother me.
Tifa and I.
He's downloading from the Matrix whenever he has to answer a question.
Oh. Think.
Oh God, what was it?
And then I know they're actually going to show Sephiroth several times in the game, but I think it's going to be more of his hallucinations. Because he doesn't really show up in the Midgar section. You don't even see him.
Right.
He just...
Where does Disc 1 end in the original version?
Oh man, I should know that. Disc
These
1...
sewer rats appear to call themselves Avalanche, sir.
I think it ends right when you go
We
over
are currently investigating
or right
whether
before
they
you cross
belong
to the other
same
continent.
group that
Okay.
made the attempt on your life.
You can actually get through the
Rest
whole Midgar
assured,
section in
our
about 2
inquiries will
to
not
3
take
hours.
much longer.
Maybe even faster if you're in a hurry.
Uh-huh.
So I think they're also going
This
to
punk's
expand the
sole
missions.
purpose is to
So
drag
Right.
the planet dry.
Avalanche
While you
really
sleep,
had
while
2
you eat,
missions
while you shit.
in the
It's
original.
his
It was just
sucking
2
up Marco. It doesn't
reactor
rest, and it
distractions.
doesn't care.
So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other
do
little missions
realize
or
what
things you
Marco
do
is,
for the
don't you?
other residents in
Right.
the
Marco
city.
is the lifeblood of our world. The planet bleeds green like you and me bleed red.
Or stuff like this
The hell you
where
think's gonna happen when
he
it's
had a
all
little
gone,
speech
huh?
that lasted like 5
Answer me.
seconds. And now you got like
An
You
actual
2-minute
monologue.
cutscene.
and
Yeah.
pretend you can't hear the planet crying out in pain? I know you can.
You really hear that?
Damn straight I do.
Get help.
Say that again.
Like,
I'd worry less about the planet.
that was a good
and more
line.
about the next
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Good humor.
Save the screaming for later.
Yeah, I like they've expanded a lot of the dialogue. See, here's one thing I'm worried about with the game. I'm not sure how 15 was, but do you get to pick your party most of the time, or do they give you who you're supposed to have?
In 15, your party. The 15 is actually the only Final Fantasy that I can think of where your party is your party, and it doesn't really ever change through the game.
Because like with environments the way they are and everything takes place in game versus in a battle scene,
Right.
Some places a sword
I'm wondering
just
if there's
can't
times
reach.
where you have to have a ranged character. Like right now, they're about to switch to Barrett, and he can take out these
Just
turrets
bear with
that
him for me, would
Cloud
you?
can't hit
Right.
because they're up in the air. So I'm wondering how that's going to come into play with bosses and other worlds.
So in 15, you had a party of 3 or 4, I think, and you would use one of the buttons to switch between them, and the other characters would just auto attack while you weren't controlling one.
Yeah, this one does pretty much the same thing. They don't really build up their gauge very well if you're not using them.
Yeah.
So one thing I noticed with Barrett is he has to recharge to get that power shot, but when you're firing, he has to reload eventually.
Right.
So I figured out you can be firing on somebody, and when it stops to reload, you can use your power shot or reload it.
Oh, okay.
A little tip for people later on. So fire, and when he stops to reload, I can press triangle to charge it when I'm not being shot.
Right.
See ya. Get your ass out of here.
Whoa.
Does it reload while you're doing your charge attack?
Yes.
Okay.
Or it's running the reload animation while I'm actually charging.
Oh, that's cool.
Like right here. I hit the charge button while he's reloading.
Oh, okay.
And then you can build that charge up. Because otherwise it takes a while. heal Cloud.
Get your ass out of here.
And then it always switches back to Cloud after the...
You're always
battle.
exploring as Cloud.
Yeah,
Okay,
unless you're not.
gotcha.
Look what we have here.
The lasers.
Hey, Loch Ness, thank you for the host. Everybody from the mess that's showing up. Hello, welcome.
Careless.
Welcome to Saturday morning retro remake.
I'm guessing you've
Retro
done this
remake.
kind of thing
Yeah,
before.
it's retro remake today on SMR.
Figure out the timing of the lasers. Then
This is my buddy Jason. He goes
How's
by
it going,
Donkey
everybody?
Pirate,
Exactly.
and
Nothing like a little
we're about
pumping.
I think we're to the middle knuckle on this
Yeah, I'd say we're
we're knuckle deep.
roughly halfway,
in the demo. We're halfway through the demo.
maybe.
Wait a
Well,
minute,
the
this
battle-
is halfway to you?
Yeah,
You don't? Okay.
I'm only one man. I try not to use potions in battle because it consumes one of those ATB gauges.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'll just try to tough it if I can, but in that boss battle, we're gonna have to.
Okay. Do you regain health outside of battle or anything? Or
No, you have to use potions.
You have to use potions to regain health.
As far as I
period.
can tell.
Okay.
Not too shabby.
So, I don't know, those of you guys that may be Final Fantasy fans or Final Fantasy VII fans in particular, I don't know if you ever saw the film Advent Children. Chances are, if you're a Final Fantasy VII fan, you did see Advent Children, and maybe you
would
liked
say
it,
so.
and maybe you didn't. But I will tell you that if you can find Advent Children Complete, which was when they released the movie on Blu-ray,
Yeah.
it is the expanded film, it is a different film.
Yes.
And it's a way
guess I'm just gonna help
better
you.
film. So if you've seen Advent Children and you are meh on it, watch Complete. It's way better. If you did not like Advent Children, I doubt that Complete saves it for you, but it is a different experience.
I think Advent Children could have been a lot worse of a movie, and I still would have liked it.
Oh, sure,
Just
sure.
getting to see.
Yeah, for sure.
So this guy, I mean, he was like a really easy fight in the other one, but now he's kind of like a mini boss fight.
if we rush in, we got it.
Is that right?
Need to hit it with magic. That should give us.
So he's all these things are going to be weak to magic, or lightning.
Yeah.
And Barrett starts off with the lightning spell, so I'm going to switch to him so I can thunder this guy.
Oh, right, yes.
So that's where the combat's going to be interesting. And then see how it says he's pressured right there?
Yeah.
If you build that, get that all the way up, then he staggers, and then everything causes more damage.
Of course. It just had to get back up.
So we knock it down again. No time to.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just going to double time him with lightning.
So the pressured, right now he's pressured.
Yeah,
And
I'm
when
gonna
he's
switch him to
pressured, it builds
mode.
the gauge.
Yeah, and if you break that gauge all the way, it's kind of like, what was that game you were playing?
Sekiro?
Sekiro, yeah. If you stagger them, then he's going to be, there it goes, staggered. You're going to cause more damage.
Oh, 160% damage.
Yeah, so now I'm going to hit him
Finish
with
it.
Cloud's
Oh, pretty cool.
abilities. And then just take him down.
Wow, that's awesome.
So that part makes the combat a little more fun.
First. Soldier first class.
The hell you talking about? I mean your age, not your goddamn rank. No fall out. A soldier's rank.
Okay, looks like there's a compass at the top of the screen to give you your objective direction.
Yeah, it kind of steers you towards the objective.
I mean, this mission is pretty linear, but I imagine once you're out in Midgard and stuff.
Right.
Metal Gear.
That'd be awesome. He just jump in there, Rex is in there.
Gotta set the bomb at the bottom.
So you have when you touch the touchpad, it'll pull up your little map.
Oh, okay.
You can see everywhere you've been.
Maps and games. Who uses this?
Yeah, right.
Get down there.
And then you have your pause menu, battle settings.
Oh, you can purchase the game from the pause menu.
Yeah. Well, of course. I'm gonna try something. I didn't mess with this. I'm gonna set Barrett as the leader.
I wonder if now you walk around as B-Man.
Yeah, B-Man. Good old B-Man. See the levels, party.
Okay. You can see all your statisticals.
And things that they're strong against and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then purchase the game.
No. So I guess party leader, I'm gonna guess that when you get into battle,
It just jumps over
you
to-
jump to Barrett at first.
Probably.
I can practically taste the Mako in here. Hurry it up.
I wish you could at least roll while you're on this menu. Because every game that lets me dodge roll, I just spend the whole game dodge.
That's your method of traversal.
Yeah, when you're in a hurry.
Heads up, boys. The end is coming. I leave the rest in your capable hands. Good luck.
You recovered MP with a Mako shirt. So I guess if you,
Down the ladder, dummy.
oh wow, she
That's what I
just told you.
If you push the sprint button going down ladders, he'll do the quick descend too.
I want Badger to,
Be the voice of Cloud.
well, to turn and talk to Jesse like he would talk to Jesse in Breaking Bad. Okay,
Yeah, you're right. So it switched to Barrett. as soon as
Yes. Good to know.
I'm gonna save the charge shot for the big guy in the corner.
Ooh,
Let's go.
that got him.
He did.
Did you play this on a PS4 or PS4 Pro?
PS4.
Okay.
I still have a launch PS4, but it also has what do you call it? PT on it.
Oh, you still have PT?
Yeah, so I can't really get rid of it.
Oh, damn it.
Because once you uninstall it, I don't think you can reinstall it without downloading it online on a thumb drive or something.
Uh-huh. I may have to figure that out from you. Because I still haven't played PT, and I love Silent Hills.
See, and I don't care about Silent Hill, and I love PT. I don't mind Silent Hill. I've just only played. The only one I've played through was The Room, and I really enjoyed it. But that was the only one I
Yeah,
played through.
Room jacked me up.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Room jacked me up pretty good.
I'm gonna go ahead and heal up because I know where we're about to be.
I feel like the ones that scared me the most were 2, 4, 1, like in ranking it.
Yeah.
2, 4, 1, 3.
Two had a few moments in it. Like I remember that you'd go
I
through this
fucking
tower, or water
walking
tower
nightmares
thing.
in 2.
Yeah. You came down this ladder, and you're looking up, picking up some items.
Yeah.
Nothing's in the room, but then the camera turns, and there's this little bipedal thing with two heads, and it's like pointing at you, and then it starts coming at you. It's like I start freaking out because I'm like, that thing's been in the room this whole time.
The camera didn't show you.
I've been in here for 2 minutes,
Yeah.
and it's just been standing there looking at me.
Oh man,
Terrifying.
that's good stuff. I don't know what it is about JRPG characters
All right,
that make
let's
that
see if little Steph really can bite the hand that feeds.
little.
Go on, do the honors. Prove to me you're the man Tifa says you are. That you're one of us.
Never said I was. I'm just here for the paychecks.
Barrett and Metal Gear Solid
Then do the damn job.
4? Hold on.
Yeah,
Voice of Barrett.
I forgot who the voice is. I don't recognize him from anything else, but I didn't look him up. Blake Shelton.
No, it's not Blake Shelton. Well, that seemed to be the feather of a one-winged angel.
And did you notice that was the theme playing on piano right there? That was the
Oh.
final boss theme.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm fine. What about the timer?
Your call, Merc.
Oh, it's Bo Billingsley. He played Jet in the English dub of Cowboy
okay.
Bebop.
I didn't realize that was him.
Yeah.
We're gonna do 20 minutes.
Pretty cocky, ain't you?
Yeah, that is Jet. Uh-oh.
You double crossing!
Heads up.
What in the hell?
But I feel like he was in one of the Metal Gears.
Probably.
Okay, so he was the voice of Barrett in Advent Children as well.
Reinforced armor
Okay, cool.
plating, but the internals can be overloaded. Lightning magic.
No other option, huh?
I guess that's it.
then I'm gonna switch to there and take down this guy with some lightning.
Hell yeah! You see the damage I did?
Keep it up.
So, do you feel like this area was much quicker paced than it was in the PS1 version? Like they
Sort of.
got
It is,
to
but
this
it
area?
isn't, because you're having the battles take a little longer in the other game. Where
Yeah.
You're just walking. You know, you're not climbing ladders. You're not going up ramps, down ramps, opening gates the way they are in this one.
Yeah. I remember the first time I played Final Fantasy VII, there's an option to turn on the little arrows that show you the entry points and exit points on the map. Because I had no idea, at that time in my gaming career, I had no idea how to traverse a world like Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, because it's like a drawing.
Yeah.
You know.
A barrier? Never seen this defense system before.
I like making barrel roll.
So what's your brilliant plan, genius?
I'm gonna give him an ether because he's out of mana, and I want to get a shot in the face.
So, in battle,
Keep it together.
do you gain mana over? Because we talked about there's no way to heal. You don't heal over time.
No, the way I'm assuming they're gonna handle that is there'll be new materia that will fill up your mana over time, or things
Or something like
you know
that.
what
Okay.
I mean? Take out that field generator.
So when you're using your ATB,
Uh-huh.
that doesn't take mana.
No, it just consumes a slot.
Okay.
But when you're using a spell, it takes an ATB bar and mana.
Okay.
So it grabbed him and he's pinned up, so now I gotta open him up.
Attack it from the rear.
You get him to drop him.
Boy, show me what you got.
See how slow he is in operator mode?
Are you targeting the anus?
Yes.
Okay.
It just said he's weaker in the rear.
Well, aren't we all?
Yeah. Oh, that missed. He jumped.
Sorry. Shit.
Now Barrett's free again. I gotta lightning that guy.
What's the ESRB rating of this? Do you know? If the game's going to be rated M or rated T or?
I'm sure it'll probably be T. Aren't they usually Final Fantasies?
Yeah. Yeah, I think all of them have been. But like, I just heard Cloud say shit. And there was a time in my gaming life where even the use of the word shit would have warranted an M rating from a game.
True.
But a movie would not. You could say shit with somewhat regularity and not get an R rating.
Now you can say bitch. And I remember that was a big one you couldn't say.
In games?
Yeah.
The first time I remember ever hearing the word fuck in a game was the first Blood Rain on Xbox.
Oh yeah.
It may not have been the first video game to have the F word in it, but I believe it was the first console game to have the F word in it, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure a simple Google.
If only we had something
If
with
I'm-
limitless
I-
technology.
Yeah.
I had to heal up.
Deal with that.
But just to heal, I have to build up a meter.
You have to build up an ATB meter to heal.
Yeah, to do a command.
Oh, okay. So the only thing you can do without a command slot active is attack.
Right. But they build up really quick when you're actually
Or,
attacking.
I guess move. You can attack and move.
Yeah, they build up really quick when you're attacking it.
If you dodge, does that use an ATB or no?
No, it's just a
Okay.
command.
He's almost got him. Oh, that piece of crap.
Yeah, he's about to stagger. There we go. So now we'll switch to Cloud, go to Punisher mode. Go to Town.
Oh, yeah.
So now we're taking some chunks off.
He looks a little like he could be a Metal Gear.
Yeah. He looks a little mad too.
Yeah.
So in the original, he would lift his tail like that, and you'd want to defend.
Right.
If you hit him, he would counter with this laser.
Don't get hit.
But in this one, they throw out some debris.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, Cloud can't do it.
Right, because so you know, those of you that either don't know or don't remember,
Now, go.
the way that these battles took place was you would stand across the room from them, sort of like Revolutionary War style, and then
Wait your
take turns
turn.
doing stuff. So when his tail went up, you had to block
Yes.
and not attack.
Because otherwise, he'd counter with that massive laser.
And just devastate your face.
So basically, right now, anytime something comes up, I use it. And I feel like as you level up, you're going to get more bars, and certain things are going to cost more bars as well.
Right.
Hey, he's doing that thing again.
Find cover and hunker down.
Again and again and again.
Go ahead and give him a potion while we're standing here doing nothing.
Give him hell.
That makes sense.
Don't overdo it.
Now suck on this. Now, get in there and do some damage.
And then when you get interrupted, you have to redo it. But it didn't consume a bar at least.
Can you interrupt? I guess you can. I guess it just depends on the enemy. But I imagine you can interrupt enemies as well.
I'm assuming you can if you can stagger them.
Right.
I get behind him and he won't let me.
Next, don't get tired or complain.
And you get tired of my complaining. Solid copy.
Solid copy.
It's on you.
Yes, sir. Now, get in there and do some damage. Fire it one off. Hit fire.
On your own bit.
Do you think? How many Ultima weapons were there in 7 originally? Was it just one, or were there different types?
There was the Ultima weapon, Emerald weapon, Ruby weapon,
Right.
and Diamond weapon that you fought.
What was the top dog? What was the last or the worst one?
Well, the Diamond and Ultima you have to fight,
Oh, okay.
and I would say
Like for the story?
the hardest one's Ruby weapon, I'd say.
Okay.
The Emerald weapon's tough because there's a 20-minute timer because you're underwater,
Right.
but there's a materia you can get that will let you breathe underwater.
Oh. I didn't do any of that shit.
Yeah, and that one.
I believe I played through 7 one time.
Well, the cool thing with that one is if you. Yeah, I need a potion. If you beat him, you get one of each master materia, like
Yeah.
a master magic, which has every spell in the game, a master summon, and what was it, master command, I guess?
Right.
One more fire. Yeah, that one.
One of the things that was really awesome about 15 were the summons. The summons were really cool.
Oh yeah.
So I'm anxious to see how they work in this game.
Well, they've shown how Shiva and Ifrit work. Well, I
Do
guess
they
all
just
summons.
join the fray? Okay.
And it looks like maybe they can do either or depending on what you ask them to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
Firing everything.
Boom,
Staggered
now
him a
he's
second
done
time.
for. Now he's done for. No more fighting nice, said Cloud. Oh, a limit.
Oh.
We're cross-slashing you. Boom, boom, boom.
Well, that's a good way to finish.
Yeah.
It took you longer to get to go from 7 to 8 than it did to go to 1 to 7, which makes sense. But
Makes sense.
just noticing.
Well, I think I probably started at level 6. They never start you at level
Now
1.
that doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't either, but they always start you with something. I feel like level 1 is like a baby. So,
Learn how to eat and talk, and then you'll be level 2.
yeah. So here's something interesting. So previously you set this bomb, got out of there, the place blew up, right?
Yeah.
They changed it up a little bit, which tells me, obviously they're changing key points to the story. So we'll see what happens when we get out.
You hear that? Damn thing showed you how it's done.
Come on, we've got to move.
Where should be covering our
Ah, you have a timer.
Yep.
And the timer wasn't there in the original.
But, well, it was, yeah.
It was?
It was, uh-huh.
Okay.
But you always have like 10 minutes left, but you don't know it, you know? So like, how many battles am I gonna run into?
Oh, right, yeah.
Like if I've never tried to go beyond the timer, but I've never accidentally missed it, you know?
Right.
Usually you get out with like several minutes to spare. But on this one, it asks you, do you want to do 20 minutes or 30 minutes? I'm like, who's going to take 30 minutes to walk out of this place?
Probably me.
Oh, wait, where did I go? Did I go back down there?
Yeah. What's
Surely
this?
I'm not going out the same way. Maybe there's a different exit.
There's got to be a different exit.
And then you can sprint up the ladders too and go a little faster.
What was the last Final Fantasy game that you played all the way through?
Last in number or the most recent one I did?
Last in number.
I did not finish 12. I got about halfway through it. And you know, the combat in this reminds me of 12. So the most recent number one I played,
Do I look okay?
probably 10.
Oh, what are you?
10 was probably the last one you played all the way through?
Yeah. I recently played through 8 and 9
link up over there.
for the first time, like all the way through.
Really? You had,
I quit on both of those too.
yeah.
So I just restarted those and played through them.
Which, out of those, what were your thoughts?
Lead us straight to Barrett.
I liked 8. I didn't love the combat system. Like, I found it was really easy to break it and just become like overwhelmingly powerful.
Yeah, me too.
But I really enjoyed 9.
Yeah, I love 9, yeah.
I like when it goes back to. So I never opened this before because I was always in a hurry. So let's see what's in this.
Oh, the time stops when you look.
Oh, that's nice. In the original, if you run out past, Jessie's standing there.
Yeah.
And if you run past her and leave, they say, wait, you have to go back for Jessie, and you have to help her because her foot's stuck.
Yeah.
So going into this, I was like, I know I got to help her, but there's no way to miss it. Like they set up where you have to go through it.
Yeah.
There's Barrett going.
Time
up the
stops when you're looking in those chests, and time stops when I'm looking at you.
ladder. When you're looking at my chest.
Yep.
Barrett!
I've got you covered. Find us the way out of here.
But then,
Don't worry, I'll be fine.
I've got a gun on my arm. I'll be okay.
I'll be okay. Don't worry.
X, soldier boy.
They're here. Take them down. We don't have time for this shit. Clock ticking.
Cool it. 5 seconds is all we need.
You're on fire. You're dead.
Okay, so there's going to be like, I'm going to guess, plants take extra damage with fire, as is probably
Yeah.
typical.
I feel like every Final Fantasy does that,
Yeah.
And there was gravity magic in this game. The way Kingdom Hearts handled it is gravity would pull a flying enemy down.
Yes.
So I'm sure they'll have something like that too.
Right. That. Did you play 1 and 2?
Kingdom Hearts?
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember.
It was Kingdom Hearts 2.
Was it you or was it Glenn that went? That would like come home and play, like try Sephiroth every day in 2.
That was me when we lived together. I know
Yeah.
Glenn did it too because I wanted to beat him as low level as possible,
Right.
and it took
Just for a personal challenge?
Yeah, just because it was neat. And that was before they had trophies and achievements and things like that. in
Yeah.
games.
You had to. Back in my day, you had to make your own.
You had to challenge yourself for your own worth.
Yeah.
You didn't have to prove it to anybody. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't do that one. Oh, well.
Well. Yeah, I love 9. I love the way that you could equip weapons and learn shit from them.
Yeah.
It got me to, you know, try out a bunch of stuff. 9 was the first Final Fantasy I ever played. And then 8, I just completely fucked up because I feel like the game, I've talked about this on stream before, did not do a good job of explaining to me how junctioning and
It doesn't.
everything
You have to
work.
look it up. But when you figure out how the system works, you can break it so easy.
Yeah.
Like I was like, you can beat the game low level because you're overpowered, and since enemies are level based, it's pretty cool. Like you can actually be way overpowerful. You can be level 99 before you leave the garden,
Jesus.
or like I don't even know if it's level 9, but you can be way overpowered
Yeah.
just from Ifrit. Because I found there was like a cactar island that you could get to. Really early in the game, you weren't supposed to be able to get to it. And you can draw from them and max out your characters and max out. It gave you a lot of AP, so it
Yeah.
max out all your guardians. Because you know you had to level them up too in that game.
Right.
With talking about Final Fantasy 9, I thought I had one. There it is.
Ooh, that guy's...
Yeah, this guy's a little tough monster. I don't like him. He's very rude.
He's a jumpy little shit.
And I'm hurting too. So I'm just more worried about killing him. There we go. Let's cast him on fire and see how he likes burning.
He did not like it.
I don't either. Like, human characters don't like burning.
Yeah.
Mechs don't like being lit on fire.
Lightning.
Oh yeah, lightning. Sorry, I'm talking in...
Yeah, this is... Yesterday, Mark made fun of me because I was trying to say pocket and I said sleeve. And he's like, that's not a sleeve. And I'm like, I'm playing video games while I'm trying to talk and read chat.
But yeah, on 9, you had your characters that had classes.
Yeah.
Which they did back in the day, I guess.
Right, yes. Yeah, there were classes in 9.
And
There were...
Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but there were no classes in 7 or 8, right?
Sort of. So your class is defined by your materia and your character's general abilities.
Right.
So some people were better at learning abilities, but there was a materia called enemy skill materia that would let you learn, and it would save it to the materia.
Right.
Gotta burn that guy. You need to die.
Ooh,
Alright, I'm mad at you.
you got liggity launched.
I'm trying to block him, but I'm not doing a good job.
Are there any characters that are not going to be in this game? My question is Kate Sith in this game?
You know, as far as I know, yes, Kate Sith will be in the game. I hated Kate Sith. I hate him so much.
Did you ever try and do, speaking of like challenges, did you ever try and do like a run where you had Kate Sith in your party like at all times?
Yeah, now in your party, Kate Sith's actually incredibly useful.
Really?
Yeah, great. But I just hated it. So I normally never use Kate Sith, and I used to always use Vincent, but with his limit break, you
That's
lose
not
control
where the
of him.
timer was.
It is now.
Oh, anyway.
With his limit break, you lose control of him. So sometimes in those big battles, you're taking yourself down to 2 characters, and then the other guy, you just hope he does something useful.
Right.
Because he would turn into monsters or whatever.
Oh, that's a big ass dude.
Yeah. See, this is the part I was talking about. The bomb didn't blow up the reactor. So he's having the machines target it. I guess so they can use it in the news for their benefit to make everybody hate Avalanche.
Right.
But yeah, it didn't work.
So Avalanche tried to blow it up.
But failed, and they don't even know it.
Huh.
And that was not in the original. In the original, it's done.
Come on.
So that expands, you know, how the Shinra operate, because all we really know about it from the first game is whatever Barrett tells you.
Right. And Shinra is the company, the private corporation that oversees like everything in Midgar.
Yes.
They run
It's
the
basically a
police, they
government
run the
entity.
government.
Yes.
Yeah.
I see you have somebody in your chat named Zach Nafane Doerden. That's from a book series I really like.
Is that the Drizzt? Drizzt.
Yeah, it's his dad, I believe.
Okay.
I'll take that as
Which, as an avid Funko Pop collector, I'm excited they're making a Drizzt Doerden Funko Pop.
Is that a Baldur's Gate?
Yeah, I mean it's a
What's the world? It's just the
Forgotten
Neverwinter.
Realms.
Forgotten Realms. Thank you.
yeah. Neverwinter's a city in Forgotten Realms,
Yeah.
and so they always use that for the game.
That was
But
pretty
that's
cool.
my favorite book series ever.
And Forgotten Realms is like, is it D&D based or is D&D based on Forgotten Realms?
It's very D&D based. Okay. Like D&D was around before Forgotten Realms, but they kind of made their own universe.
So what you're telling me is we're not going to be able to use the internet in Midgar for a while.
Looks like it. See, and then they show this stuff where how it affects that day-to-day life,
Right.
and all these fireballs falling into people's houses and stuff. Ah, Grandma!
Shit.
Everybody's deaf. That's how you get tinnitus.
It's- Fight without losing your flower.
Achievement unlocked. He does still have it. Oh, see, that guy had a riot shield,
Yeah.
so I'm sure there's gonna be ways you have to handle that, like in the Batman games or something. Why didn't he just plow through him?
Right, yeah, just hit him with a car.
I can't believe it's really happening. The first thing I ever bought on eBay was a shirt with Sephiroth standing in the fire. Yeah.
WL, I'm trying to think of what was WLNS. Is that a baseball, like, division?
Or hockey. Oh, we're not. Sorry.
Yeah, we're not continuing.
I was going to continue.
See, FF9. Oh, I think an original. So yeah,
Yeah,
the
we
original
talked about
Silent Hill has been sort of remade on the Wii, kinda. But yeah, 9 would be dope.
And Metal Gear Solid 1, even though it's been remade on the GameCube, I would love that.
I think you should do that again.
Yeah.
I think
I
we
mean, I'm
should.
wearing my Metal Gear Solid 1 shirt right now.
Oh hey, yeah.
You probably can't
that's
see
true.
it, but it has all these cute little animals.
Yeah.
Like there's a wolf with a sniper rifle.
Let's see if you can see Jason's dope ass
We'll
shirt.
zoom in on that.
Yeah.
See the little snake at the bottom. You got your little
There's a snake.
ocelot,
Yeah.
a raven,
Yeah,
the mantis, a little wolfie.
That's good
and
shit.
Then another snake.
that's real solid shit.
And then
Man,
there's even a gray fox holding a sword.
you were right. We do spend an hour and a half in space.
Yeah. Like we probably could have started this and then started our other
I
conversation.
feel like Neil deGrasse Tyson should be like, space, the final front. Wait,
That's a
not
different
Neil.
show.
That's a different show. And Eris is real worried about the.
Like those were the most realistic graphics I'd ever seen. The shading.
Oh,
look at
yeah.
that. I was like blown away. OBS Studio.
Oh,
Is that bad?
we had a drop. Hopefully it fixes itself. Reconnected. Okay.
But yeah, I loved Legend of Dragoon. The story was great. The battle system was really cool. Did this disconnect?
No. Our stream disconnected, but there looks like there's a hiccup. Now we're back.
Successful.
Now it's up.
So you see, we got pretty much that same intro,
Yeah.
state-of-the-art technology, and it even does a direct drop-in through the cutscene. Right here, you'll see it switch over.
Right.
And the remake did kind of the same thing, but it had a haze go over the screen. Like you'll see it jump.
Right.
It was right when the train stopped.
Oh, I forgot that other people got out and like did shit.
Yeah. Now it's time to place this.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Looks like we had some sort of little internet flub.
So I'm gonna go into my menu real quick and changed some major configurations.
Okay, Ani, you didn't hate it, but it wasn't Silent Hill. Okay. Yeah, the Wii remake was weird. A remaster of Chrono Trigger. Yeah. Yeah, again, Super NES era, but still good.
I'm just gonna flip start and cancel. Whoops. There we go.
Okay.
Because back in the PS1 days, they used circle for yes and X for no on everything.
Not even in the PS1 days. I remember when we were working at Blockbuster, someone was trying to return a copy of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater.
The same thing.
Because they were like, it said press start, and then when they went to accept, they were hitting X, which was back.
Yeah.
And circle was
The
accept.
game won't start.
Yeah. And I was like, I know exactly what the issue is, and you're not an idiot, it's just not intuitive.
The one control downside to this game, well, there's actually a few control downsides, but you can't turn on auto run. See, I was level 6 and became level 7.
Right.
See, they started with a little something.
They do give you a little something something.
Okay, Zach says he's never played Final Fantasy. 7 is a fantastic jumping point into the series. I don't, like...
Oh, yes.
They're all different games, but this was probably the one they put the most effort into
Here, I'm gonna shit this
up to the point.
My actual recommendation for a starting point was 10. But now that the remake is basically here, yes, 7's probably good. But if you want to figure out if you like Final Fantasy, I would say 10.
Are we gonna change his name?
Yeah. Let's change his name to Glenn.
Okay, good call. Alright, I can't spell.
So we have a friend named Glenn who changes the name of all of his RPG characters to his own name.
Which I did it on my first playthrough. Of course, I was 15.
Yeah.
But after that, I never changed them.
So when you're an adult,
When you're an adult.
my recommendation is to use the name that they give you because that's the character they've created, or to come up with something. Come up with a neat name.
Like one time, I actually named Cloud Nitro.
Nitro.
I don't know why, but
Because
for some
this
reason
is
I was like, that's a cool word for a 16-year-old or 15-year-old, whatever I was.
Yeah, Nitro's dope. Nitro's dope. Okay, let's call Barrett Glenn. you were way ahead of me.
I don't know if it'll let you do the same name.
Oh,
it will.
shit, yeah, it will.
This would be really confusing.
So, to make fun of Glenn, who named all his characters after himself. Oh, cover art. I see. They did some light cover art here.
Well, the one later, the cover art's on the Shinra Tower with the sword behind his back. And that's in like a loading screen later. So the weird thing about the controls in this game, and once you kind of wrap your head around it, you're fine with it. It doesn't use the analog sticks because they didn't exist
This was
when
before,
came out.
yeah.
But so you have your up, down, left, right. But in this game, it goes diagonally. So up goes to the top right.
Oh, that is weird.
Left
and right,
goes to the bottom.
yeah, right goes bottom,
Sorry, right
right.
goes to the bottom right.
Like it's Marble Madness controls.
Yeah, like if I'm trying to follow the path on the D-pad, it's going to push me into the corner.
Oh,
in the
weird.
direction. So once you get used to that, you can actually run and get like into the. You can run pretty quick and figure out where the lines are.
So to make fun of Glenn, who would name all his characters after himself, I started whenever you could name a dog in a game, I would name the dog Glenn. But now we're just going to get real confusing with this over and over again. So
that's that little
it
doggy
does
guy
look
we
like
fought.
it really does look like it. So actually, I'm going to be honest. These graphics are actually better than I remember them being.
This part is.
This part, yeah.
And it's a little blurry, but it's not terrible.
It's not too bad.
It's also on a HD screen. But this right here is what's bad. Is all and the paintings, the backgrounds themselves don't look bad.
Sure.
So you have his little pom pom arms.
Yeah.
There's little circles held together by a cylinder.
Yeah, he's got like a little Popeye.
Yeah. This is that little screen we were in earlier.
Back Destroyer, thank you for the host. Parasite Eve. So They just said on Twitter that the director of the Final Fantasy VII Remake was eyeing Parasite Eve.
Yes, he said it would be his quote was something like, it would be a waste to not revisit the
Right.
franchise.
So there's your hope, Ani. There's your little dash of.
Which was probably like 8 or 9 years ago, but that was the first time I played through that game.
So I have never played. So I've started Parasite Eve 2 or 3 times and I never finished it. So I think I'm actually going to add Parasite Eve to my Saturday morning retro schedule because I think I should probably play through that. I bought it. I bought Parasite Eve 2 or 3 times in different ways. Never played it.
Yeah, I bought it on PS1. I found it in a resale shop, and I was like, you know, it's one of those hits that you just have to have. And then I finally got.
Oh, you never got the first game in the series. Okay, well, then maybe that's a journey that we get to take on SMR.
So see, earlier Barrett had a big old speech about this, like, oh, you know all these reactors, you're like a lapdog, blah blah blah.
Right.
But this whole little conversation just takes a couple seconds.
It's the lifeblood of this planet, but you don't keep sucking the blood out of these weird machines.
I'm not here for a lecture. Let's just hurry.
As Glenn discusses the morality with Glenn, and Barrett enters Cloud.
Code deciphered.
You're right, they added some personality.
And then you talk to her. Code deciphered. She has a little personality in the train.
Yeah.
Like she dresses up as a man when they have to disguise themselves. And I'm sure they're going to dress that. She goes, how do you like my disguise? And it says something like, oh, look, it's good. You look good as a man. Like, thanks, I think. So they give her a little
I've said that to you
personality.
before.
Yeah, that I look good as a man.
Yeah, that's a man.
So I also have this game on PC where you can get some mods.
Yeah.
And they've actually done some good things with the graphics and like switching out character models for ones that look more modern. And I was about halfway through playing that again, but now I've kind of stopped because it's like the game comes out in a month.
Oh, right, yeah.
But yeah, some of those mods like look amazing, but they also have some gameplay mods that change the story and change the battles. So you remember there's a scene, I'm going to try not to spoil anything, but there's a scene where you lose Kate Sith and it gets replaced by a second Kate Sith because it's like a little robot thing, basically. Well, in the modded with the extra story, you stumble upon him again, and he got sucked into the live stream and came back out, and he's like, it's great here, you should come with me, I'm going to take you with me. And then you have a boss fight against Kate Sith.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it's really funny because it looks like the Sephiroth model with like the one wing and flying in the air, but it has the cat head.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, this is fantastic. It's great.
So, when this game begins, Avalanche is the eco-terrorist organization. They've hired Cloud, right? They're just paying him. He's not a believer. He's just getting paid to do this job.
So you notice here we're gonna walk underneath this.
Yeah.
On the demo earlier, that's where we were running through those lasers. So it even follows kind of the same structure a little bit.
Right. Oh, here's our. But the thing is, Cloud can attack the turrets.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. Now, traditionally, I don't know if the enemies are the same way. I really don't think so. But you can move your character up or back a step, and they take less damage.
Oh, right. The positioning.
Yeah.
They deal less damage, but take less damage.
Yeah. Unless they have a ranged weapon. So like we could actually move Barrett back,
Okay.
and he'd be the same, but take less damage. It's just a plus.
Interesting.
But you'd usually put Aerith on the back row, so that she's mostly healing anyway because her attacks are shit. So yeah, she get most of this healing, and then I guess magic attacks.
A hard question for because they have remade a lot of PS1. So since if
They have.
for me, I think what I would love is Fear Effect. And I played through both of those games one time when I was like in high school or college,
Yeah.
and I loved them, but I don't remember anything. So
Fear Effect would be a good one. I remember watching you play through them, but that was about it.
they're weird.
These were the guys that were giving me a hard time earlier.
Oh, the jumpy little shits.
Yeah. And in this, they shoot these weird beam guns. Now, Cloud's about to bust a limit break, but I'm going to save it. ice. Freeze that guy out.
So yeah, this, like I said, I will say this game does look, and especially in the battles, it does look better than I remembered it. The trying to recall this game looks like more like ass in my head.
Yeah, and like kind of the opposite, I guess, for me is looking at the remake, it looks like how I kind of remember parts of this game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Oh, and that is a save point.
It sure is. They shaped them like question marks for some reason.
So in the remake, does it just autosave as you go? Or could you, I guess we don't know because the demo is just an hour, so why bother?
I don't know, but I'm assuming oh yeah, I forgot to switch that already. I'm assuming there's got to be some kind of save points, right?
Right.
Because in most RPGs, you can get yourself caught in an autosave where you can't win. You know, say you're under-leveled or something where you can't go back.
Yeah.
So they're either going to have it where you can always go back and do some leveling. Why am I? Oh yeah, we got to save this so that Glenn sees it.
Yeah,
I was like, why
we
am I
should
saving?
probably show him, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, God forbid something goes wrong
And I die,
on
and
your,
we're gonna start
on your
all over?
35th track in this game.
You never know. I'm actually going to try to get into one more random battle so that we can start that boss fight with a limit break.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I'm full of good ideas.
That's some strategery.
Yeah. Uh-oh, back attack. There's a trick here. If you do the sprint, like the runaway animation, they turn back, and the little back attack thing ends faster.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm going to defend and just let them give me some love taps.
So that you, so that build?
It didn't, it looked like. It should.
No, it didn't look like it did.
Oh. Let's kill one of them first. I guess you have to do a physical attack for it to build.
So
Or maybe that's something with these enemies, they don't build your limit break.
maybe these goons don't do it. Or maybe the game, does the game keep you from getting a limit break before the...
No, but some enemies have skills or whatever that go around it.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably what happened. When they fire a little beam at me, it just hurts me. I need to fight something that's going to hit me.
The...
I'd always be trying to go out that door. It's like, you can't get out.
Was there, what was I remember my question. Oh, in the remake, there is a specific number of enemies, right? You can't create more enemies to fight.
Right. You can't, in the demo at least,
Right.
you can't just run around in the field and run into enemies.
Yeah, you don't respawn them.
So I'm sure they'll handle it the way, Kingdom Hearts and all the other modern ones do, where you can still get into battles, the enemies just show up in the field.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and take these guys down because I bet the little truck will get me. All right,
Yep.
So Glenn has a limit break.
Yeah.
So now we just need to build one up for Glenn.
Those guys are a little creepy looking.
They are.
Washing
Little
machine
masks,
gun.
And they're like, ooh. Washing machine gun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that got him.
Yeah, and see, that was like, that battle took like
It
5
took him
minutes in the demo.
Right. So you can't do an attack if your limit has been broken.
No. So you can use spells, like so, or we can throw a grenade at him.
Interesting. It basically means it makes it so that you have to limit break
Yeah, you
when
can't-
it happens.
You can't store them. But they started making a feature, which is nice of them.
Oh, that is nice.
So now we're gonna come in, me and Glenn are gonna just demolish this
Yeah.
guard scorpion.
You're going to be able to break your limit all over the scorpion.
Oh yeah. Oops, I keep doing the circle. Items. We'll go ahead and heal up
I mean, yeah.
and mana up.
Ether. Mana up.
Man up! And we're just gonna demolish this guy.
Is there a walk and a run?
Yeah, and there is no auto run. So I think from Final Fantasy VIII on, We had auto run. What is that?
Okay.
Oh, it's restore materia.
Found an egg.
And I'm gonna go ahead and equip that. We probably won't need it. Oh wait.
It's materia?
Yeah. Oh, it won't let us
you
equip
can't-
it. That's right.
Right, until you get...
So Glenn teaches me how to do it.
Right.
Or I teach Glenn. Glenn teaches Glenn, not Glenn teaches Glenn. Yeah.
When we blow this place, this ain't gonna be nothing but a hunk of junk. Glenn, you set the bomb. Shouldn't you do it, Glenn? It's all yours, Glenn.
I gotta watch and make sure you don't pull anything. Out of my head.
Watch out. Oh, I didn't remember him having the issues.
little voice?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they never really explain that. They kind of do, but they don't. There's a couple theories.
I can't wait for a couple hours into this where you guys get Glenn as a party member. So yeah, actually, you're right. The demo took a lot longer to get here.
Yeah.
This intro bit went.
There's like 3 screens.
For some reason, I remember it lasting way longer. Oh, here it is. Here's the fucking boss right now.
So we're just gonna come out the door,
Big
swing
shot.
in.
Braver.
So the search scope,
Activating scope.
it lets you know who he's gonna target.
Fuck, I found him.
Yeah. So if Barrett gets a turn again before his next hit, we can defend so that he won't get as much damage.
Right.
So he's really not gonna hurt us that bad because we're just coming out of the gate swinging anyway. Let's see if I get to it first.
So yeah, in these old games, you
No.
it doesn't pause, right? When your ATB fills, if you don't do anything, he's still gonna attack, right?
No, you can set it for active time battles to make it more challenging, like I usually do. But otherwise, when like watch the time right now.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's still cooking. So you can turn that off. Is what it
Okay.
is.
Yeah. So it does go, but you can make it so when it's menu time, it pauses.
Yeah. So now we'll have Barrett defend, or Glenn, sorry.
Right.
We'll have Glenn defend because Glenn's targeted.
Right.
But meanwhile, Glenn can use magic
Right.
attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That did like half as much damage this time.
But yeah, if you guys are thinking about getting into a Final Fantasy, feel free to go ahead and start with 7 Remake.
And actually, yeah, 7 Remake's a great starting point, but if you're like me and you try to do some stuff on the phone, they actually put it out on the phone, Final Fantasy 7, where you can purchase it, and it will also scroll through the battles faster. You can even set it to, oh yeah, don't attack while its tail's up. I'm stupid. I'm not paying attention.
Laser.
See, I just got myself
Oh,
in trouble.
yep. You took a.
But yeah, and it'll auto play the battles, and you can auto level up and stuff like that to make it easier if you just want to get through the story.
Can you cast while his tail is up, or can you not?
Let's find out. But he put it down. Oh, and I made Glenn defend when he had a limit break. Oh well. I feel
Oh,
like-
his
I feel
tail's
like-
not up. I'm stupid.
Yeah, I feel like if you even cast spells on him when his tail's up, he's gonna light you
laser.
up. Yeah. Oops.
Cause you had to be a big shot, didn't you? Oh, I got him.
That was like super quick, easy battle.
Hey, Dad.
So yeah, so I feel like even just the general fights take a little longer in the new one, but you're also doing a lot more.
Yeah.
Oh, Glenn's level 7 now.
Good. Good for Glenn.
And Glenn got an assault gun. So I always, you see your timer kick in right here. And, oh crap, we gotta go.
10 minutes
See,
to
that was
detonation.
That's around.
Oh, it does?
But I'm gonna take the
Fucking count
time to
down,
go
lady.
ahead and give him his new gun because it's cool and it's way stronger.
Oh, it ticks down while you're in the
While you're
menu.
in the menu.
Oh, you son of a bitch.
And so they try to get you, and then it's ticking during the fights. So if you're scared, you can run away from all your fights too.
So, have you? Did you say that you have let this run down before?
I have not. I've
Okay.
never, like, you make it out with several minutes to spare without trying.
Okay.
But I'm sure you get a game over.
In the, what do you get? 20 minutes in the demo?
20 or 30. And we were out.
Damn.
We were out the door with like 10 minutes to spare at 20 minutes. Like it took us about 10 minutes to get out altogether.
What happens? Does it just like go to white and game over? I'm curious.
It goes black, says game over, and it has like the sword with a feather.
Oh,
sticking
okay.
out. Oh no, it does. It looks like a movie reel. That's
so
right.
you've
It looks
so
like a
you've
movie
seen
reel.
what happens, but you've never let it happen.
Yeah, like it goes. It gives you a game over,
Okay,
but the game over on this, it's like a movie reel breaking
gotcha.
of the game. So this is the part where if you walk by Jessie, so you can walk by Jessie, go all the way to the entrance, find out you missed her, come back and get her, and still make it out in time.
Oh,
We gotta talk to her. You all right? My leg got stuck. See you, loser. Sometimes getting on, there it goes.
you have to wait for them to clear it.
Yeah. And what's funny is later you do another reactor mission, and they even use the same backgrounds, but you come in from a different room.
Oh, really?
Just to make it a little different.
Those sneaky bastards.
I know. Well, I mean, you gotta figure they all, what, 8 or 9 reactors look the same, right?
I suppose, yeah. I suppose that's true. From an IRL standpoint,
Yeah.
that would make some sense.
Yeah, like in the other one, you come in from up that hill and you slide down this pole. See that little pole down there?
Yeah.
But then when you leave, you come out this way.
So I read that Red 13 is not a playable character in the remake.
In the first episode of the remake.
Okay.
Like, I think from then on, you'll probably be able to control him. This is weird. You have to talk to him in a certain order to get the doors open. In a certain
What?
order. Yeah. So we were supposed to talk to Jessie first.
That is the thing that will drive me nuts in a game, is I did the thing, and I did the other thing, but I didn't do the other thing before I did the thing.
Right. Because see, we talked to Biggs, and he just says, "Let's go." And so, what do I do? So I talk to her. She goes and unlocks the door. I'm gonna go over here and oh, we already got that item.
Yeah.
I forgot. I just like to take extra steps. You gotta put us into one more fight.
Is Wedge here?
He's here, but I don't know what he's doing.
Did he jump off the train?
Yeah, he jumped off the train
Okay.
and ran into the building, but that's all we saw him do.
Are these people or are these machines?
They're people.
Okay.
They just stand with their legs akimbo
There's
awkwardly.
yeah.
Yeah, they're super creepy.
They look like they're street pooping.
Yeah. Have you ever been street pooping?
Only every other Saturday.
Hip hip hooray. So yeah, Barrett gets his second weapon very early in the game, and then you never use his Gatling gun again.
Is that true?
Yeah. Except I believe their default weapons have double materia growth. See this Wedge, he's just standing in the corner. But see, we had 5.5 minutes to spare. And we're done with the timer.
Ooh,
Kablooey.
beautiful.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 reactors.
I see. Yeah, we didn't get. They did a couple of little Shinra scenes that weren't in this one.
Yeah. Because you don't even see the president of Shinra till you get to the top of the tower.
Right.
And then Heidegger was that big guy. You kind of see him a little bit beforehand, just in a cutscene, but that's about it.
The noise, the explosion noise. But like, yeah, the fire stuff looks pretty good.
Yeah, all things considered. Whatever you say, Glenn.
General. Hey. I'm always about saving my money.
So now we can get up close and personal with Cloud's model and see his little
Hi.
blinky eyes.
I'm Cloud.
You can see he has a bracelet on his left arm because it's gray
Yeah.
and the other one's not.
Right.
And the shoulder
his
pad.
his pauldron has it's just like the shoulder but dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? His baggy pants.
His little MC Hammer pants. Stop. Cloud Strife.
See, and then we get to see the same little town area that we
Manga?
saw at the beginning.
Evangelion? Oh yeah. Oh, Harris just got pushed the fuck, and he wasn't even running that way. He ran up and shoved her and ran away. Nothing. Hey, listen.
See, when you're doing the dating thing,
What's your number, girl?
I think that's the one that gives her plus points. Hey,
Yeah.
listen, don't see many flowers here. So by buying a flower, we're adding love points to Eris.
Yeah.
But later, we can give the flower to Tifa or Marlene, which is Barrett's daughter.
Right.
And if you give to Barrett's daughter, you get bonus Barrett points.
Right.
Yeah. But I always gave that shit to Tifa. I mean, doing
Why
martial
wouldn't
arts
you?
in a miniskirt.
Yeah.
she's
Why
a
wouldn't
badass. Yeah. You can gain a few levels right here.
Sounds like a cake song. Martial arts in a miniskirt.
Martial arts in a miniskirt. Oh, they healed me for no reason. Thank you, guys.
I'm Cake and I don't sing my songs. I just talk them.
For sake of time, we're just going to run away from everybody.
Sure. Halt!
Because, yeah, you can fight all these battles to gain, like, maybe one extra level.
Cloud surrounded. What will he do now? Find out next time on Final Fantasy VII.
I wonder if he has a flower in his shirt.
Next on Final Fantasy VII.
This is a rendered cutscene, but with the...
Pink. With old Cloud.
It's like, why did y'all take the time to do that?
You render the train. Just render Cloud.
There's
That's
a
funny.
few of those in this game.
Now, I was a sucker for cutscenes when I was a kid. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
really just wanted to watch a movie, I guess.
Like, Metal Gear, what was it,
Oh, yeah.
4?
Yeah.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4, like 3/4
Oh,
of the game is
Jesus.
cutscenes.
The-
I
it-
loved every moment of it.
I love Metal Gear 4, but Jesus Christ, if your cutscene in your game is long enough to shut off my fucking controller, it might be a little too long. Like, it's like swivels back behind Snake, the Metal Gears are all looking at him, and I'm like, all right, let's do it. Oh, motherfucker!
Please reconnect your controller.
Yeah. Wait, what did they screw up?
Well, they think Cloud died because he
Oh.
didn't make it. Now Barrett's mad.
Well,
he
I mean,
didn't make
that they saved a bunch of money.
it. Yeah, right? They don't gotta pay him.
What do they give a shit?
Yeah.
Uh,
Now his
Hello?
daughter, now Barrett's daughter gets to go to college.
Glenn!
Glenn.
Looks like I'm a little late. That's a little James Bondy. Looks like I'm a little late. It's no big deal.
Just what I always do.
Shit.
They have to let you know how he talks, you know?
Oh,
He
right.
thinks it's shit.
With,
Shit.
yeah. With a little bit of an accent.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of borderline racist
There's some
translations they
there's
made
some
for
poor, maybe some unenlightened decisions.
him. Yeah. Or maybe that's just how Barrett sounds, you know?
Or maybe
Just
that's
him.
how Barrett sounds.
Or Glenn. Excuse
Or
me.
Glenn. And, you know, Japanese made game, late 90s.
Yeah.
That understanding not being there. Your face is pitch black.
Ew.
There, you're ready for school.
So you get a little bit of Jesse.
Jesse
here.
does have a little bit of
Yeah.
a personality.
Yeah, but not a whole lot.
Into the camera. Last train. Oh, I like the little arm things.
Yeah, that nobody can reach.
Yeah.
My hands are circles.
Oh my gosh. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the stream, feel free to drop a follow. Down. Wait, where's my hand? Where's my arm? Down somewhere around there, around there-ish. As we played through the Final Fantasy VII Remake demo earlier, and now we're spending a little bit of time with
Jumping back to the good old G Classic.
yeah, and we'll do this for another hour or so, and then you'll have a decent base for when Remake comes out.
That's right. Like, we could probably get to the end of the Midgar section in like 3 hours, maybe.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the entire 40-hour game of the remake.
See, the whole part 1 of Remake is supposed to be all of Midgar, right?
Yeah. Like, I believe the game's going to end with you taking the motorcycle out of town.
The motorcycle, yeah.
Without spoiling too much for anybody.
Yeah, there's a cool Akira kind of bit.
Like, I remember when that happened in the original game, like, I get a motorcycle now? Yeah. Like, this is badass. I guess he's talking about trains.
And they're
like
gonna...
The PlayStation font up there for the rail station.
Oh.
See, it's the little touches.
That's funny. That's a wacky-ass route.
So I just remembered later in the game, you have to pick certain characters for your party, but they don't show you. It just says their names. That's like way later in the game. It's like, okay, who do you want with you? Glenn, or Glenn? Who has all the materia?
I'm fucked. Oh my gosh.
There's some crazy things you can do with the materia combinations in this game. Like, you can set it... There's one that lets you attack first with whatever spell it's linked to.
Oh, really?
And then there's one that'll cast a magic 4 times in a row. And there's one that'll mime, which does whatever your last guy just did. So you can actually set this game up to cast Knights of the Round like 18 times in a row before the enemy can attack.
Jeez!
Yeah, it's like... I did it one time just to mess with it. And
just
I was like, this game's not even fun. Because Knights of the Round, I want to say...
So it takes a couple
like,
minutes, right?
Like literally 3-minute summon.
Right.
3 minutes of your life.
And multiple of those, each battle's like a, 15, 20 minute...
Yeah.
If it doesn't kill them outright the first time, you're just
again,
watching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we're in battle. Go make a sandwich.
Yeah.
Come back.
But I set one where there's a magic spell called Ultima that's just like a really strong spell.
Yeah.
And
like it's a giant green explosion or something.
Yeah. I set it to where when it casts that... Oh, I gotta talk to Barrett now. It does it like 80 times, and even that got old.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh. But you just end up so broken.
How do you get... Ultima is something that you have to unlock, right?
It's a materia spell.
It's a materia.
So you have to find the materia, and you get it at a certain point in the game. Or actually, it's even optional. You can miss it. It's like in a well somewhere.
That's what I thought. I thought it might have been optional or something that you had to seek out.
There's a lot in this game that you can miss. There's 3 different Bahamut summons.
Yeah.
And one of them, it can actually screw you over. There's the second Bahamut. If you miss it, you don't get the third Bahamut, and you can't get a master summon other than from beating the Emerald Weapon.
Was that was a bleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like...
So that's probably the F-bomb.
Something... pizza.
Yeah. The reactor keeps draining all the energy.
Everyone move on to the plate. Oh yeah, so there's like Elysium, and then there's everybody else.
Pretty much. So there's a lower level and an upper level.
Right.
I wish somebody would replace that with Thomas the Tank Engine just around the corner. Like, have you seen there's like a Skyrim mod where you replace the dragons with Thomas?
Yes. The mod that I saw that made me laugh the most was I think they all had Macho Man Randy Savage faces.
Oh yeah!
So Biggs and Wedge is 100% a Star Wars reference, right? Like that's what they like the original
I guess
creators
so,
are
but
making a Star Wars reference?
There's a Biggs and Wedge in every Final
Everyone,
Fantasy,
yeah.
just like there's a Sid.
Or like starting in. If it didn't start in 1, it started in like 2 or 3, and then was in
Yeah.
every one of them.
Like there's Sid. Sid almost always has to do with your airship.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's the pilot,
An engineer or someone
Yeah.
like that.
Like in this one, he gets you the airship, or it used to be his.
He's
or
like a
whatever.
dragoon in this one.
Yeah, he's like a lancer.
Yeah,
dragoon
lancer.
type guy. Ooh,
I'm not
sexy.
letting you go tonight.
Isn't there somewhere we can go alone? Wow.
Maybe.
There's only the train graveyard. Hey baby, you wanna go to the train graveyard?
Graveyard.
It'll really raise my spirits.
If your gal enjoys going to the train graveyard and making out at night,
That's a keeper.
yeah, that's a keeper. Did he just murder everyone in the oyster bar?
I think so.
Okay, so sort of like these are sort of the slums-ish,
Yeah.
and Barrett runs. Does Barrett run the bar?
No. Tifa runs the
Tifa
bar.
runs the bar.
But their hideout's under the bar.
Go on ahead.
You ready to see your little baby? My what?
Papa! Ah! Shh!
I shouldn't be so jumpy. Aren't you gonna say anything to Glenn?
She's like, no. Welcome home, Glenn. Looks like everything went well. Wait, was that Marlene or was that Tifa?
That was Tifa. We didn't fight with Glenn this time.
Wait a minute. So, Cloud knows Barrett? Because Tifa makes it seem like...
I feel like they've probably only met. Like they haven't worked together long.
Okay. And,
We're naming her Glenn, of course.
yeah. As is tradition. So, but because she makes it seem like they've known each other for a while by saying, did you fight again?
Yeah. So I don't know if that's a translation error that somebody translated it before reading the whole story.
Oh, cool, you met Glenn. Oh, they got a big old bottle of Mountain Dew there.
Glenn told me, sorry, Glenn seems shy.
Papa, welcome home.
Like even that sprite glass render there looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Got some smokes on the table.
Yep.
Pinball machine. Get in here, fools. We're starting the meeting.
Oh. Why does everybody hop around like fucking bunnies?
I know, they jump like 20 feet in the air.
Cloud's the only one that walks like a normal ass person.
Well, he did that earlier in the demo, you remember. The
yeah,
thing was
the-
falling and he did like a backflip. Sit down.
Where's my money? Never mind.
Too easy. So you notice right there she just threw the drink at him, so I guess it was supposed to be like it slid down the bar.
Right.
So I really hope they do that. I was a soldier. But see, in Crisis Core we learned he never actually made it to soldier. Bum bum bum.
Wait.
Plot thickens.
Oh, I'm trying to rehash some of the story. Is going to be major spoilers for people that maybe are intrigued at playing Remake for the first time. So I guess I'll back off a little bit. But
Glenn's Oni's
what's-
favorite character.
Zach
Zach.
is the other guy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, Zach wears the same clothes but has the long spiky hair.
Yeah.
And Zach was Aerith's boyfriend.
Do you play as Zach in Crisis Core?
He's
He's the main character.
yeah, you play as Zach.
Okay.
And Cloud he's like one of the Shinra soldiers, you know, like the guys we were fighting earlier.
Uh-huh.
Cloud's just a Shinra soldier, but he's trying to get into the soldier program.
Right. The soldiers are the big, like the important ones.
Yeah, and they're like enhanced with the
Right.
Mako energy.
Glenn's my favorite character. Just think that their arc's so much deeper when we compare it to, say, Glenn's story, which arguably still stronger than Glenn's story. That's just my opinion. A lot of people like Glenn the best.
There's no doubt that Glenn is the best dating interest. Glenn, on the other hand, gets on my nerves. And it's kind of funny if you get to take Glenn to the date because it's a guy with a machine gun arm.
So you said that he gets a second weapon, and then he never uses his machine gun arm again because he's using the assault rifle?
You can put whatever you want on there, but he gets, like, basically 2 battles in, he gets a new gun, you know?
Right.
Like Cloud's Buster Sword, he has a...
Does it always look like the arm cannon, or
only
does he
here.
actually...
In battle, it looks like the new weapon.
Oh, okay.
Same thing, like it always looks like the Buster Sword when he has the sword out, except like Cloud, there's one gun you can get for him in the Midgar section.
Right.
Sorry, one sword that you can't otherwise get.
Okay.
And the only way you get it is stealing it from an enemy. So you have to get the steel materia and steal it from this one enemy, and he gets a second sword. Otherwise, he's stuck with the Buster Sword for several hours of the game.
Well, so I feel like, so in a game, upgrading weapons and armor is pretty common, and I get that and I understand that, and that's fun, but to me, if you have... And I guess you don't know what's going to be an iconic weapon necessarily when you release a game.
Yeah.
But if you've created a specific weapon for a specific character, especially something like Barrett or even really the Buster Sword, like we've created a cool new weapon, we're going to showcase it on the front of the box.
They should get to use it for a little more of the game.
Use it through like, most of the game and be able to upgrade it.
It's still attached to his arm.
Yeah.
But it has like machine gun magazines or something.
Yeah.
And like Tifa gets different gloves.
It's like in 10, Titus has like this cool water-looking sword with a little thing on the top that looks like you could open like a beer bottle or something. Yeah. Oh, I guess it's probably supposed to look like a fish hook because he's in the ocean and everything.
Right.
But and then like 30 minutes in, you're just like using regular ass swords and shit.
Yeah.
Because they have better stats.
Like Cloud gets some pretty cool swords. He has one that looks kind of like a crazy fishhook thing.
7 years ago. God damn it. How am I supposed to remember shit that happens? Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember?
I remember Glenn.
Yeah. In the way back. This is not confusing.
It's only gonna get worse. It doesn't matter what you call me. Hojo called me Red 13. Well, I'm naming you Glenn. Like that's how when Red 13 gives you his name, that's how it works. He goes, he called me Red 13, but you can call me whatever. And then you find out later he has a real name, Nanaki.
Nanaki.
So a lot of times I would change his name, and that's the only one I'd change because like, that's your real name, you're gonna get it.
That's awesome.
But then last time I played it, I named it
touching.
Mr. Riley.
That's adorable.
Yeah. I've actually used to cut my dog's hair because he's like kind of a fluffy German Shepherd Golden Retriever mix. I would actually cut his hair to look like Red 13 with kind of the mohawk down the ridge and then shaving his tail except for the end like a lion tail.
You are an FF7 fiend.
It looks cool. I even tattooed 13 onto his shoulder.
It took me a second.
No, I just spray painted it a couple times.
The great Sephiroth. So they mentioned Sephiroth here?
Oh yeah, Sephiroth is a war hero, basically from the Wutai War.
Okay. All right. The great Sephiroth. For you, probably.
You're just a girl. It looks noticeably better on the smaller screen up there.
Actually, yeah. So, Cloud and Tifa did know each other from childhood.
Yeah, they're friends from childhood.
And Barrett and Tifa know each other.
From when she moved to Midgar, I guess she met Barrett. That's where she got involved with Avalanche and all.
So Cloud's link to Barrett was probably through Tifa.
Right. Yeah, and I'm really interested with Yuffie and Vincent. Obviously, they're going to be real characters, not optional characters this time.
Right. And Vince had his own game. The more you know.
Yeah, Dirge of Cerberus.
Did you play?
I played it once, but I honestly don't remember much from it.
God, yeah.
Because it was kind of just a hack and slash Devil May Cry type game.
Sort of, yeah. And
the story was kind of arbitrary, as I recall.
Yeah. As far as like
Look, Texas.
It does say Beer Texas. What do you know?
I wonder what Texas is. Like, I wonder if the people who made this game, you know, they're
Like-
Japanese, they look up American bars, and they
Yeah.
keep seeing Texas on the bar signs.
Apparently people like throwing Texas up in bars.
I don't know what that word means. Maybe it's a type of alcohol, Texas.
Remember, this is 96 or so.
Yeah.
Probably developed around 93, 94,
The
95.
advent of the internet, so people, anything they learned, it was from television shows or
Yeah.
books, and now we don't read books.
Well, yeah. I think this was post books
Yeah.
and before internet. So right around the like 90 to 2001, people just didn't know shit.
yeah.
We just talked to each other and
And
we're
we
like,
acted like we knew stuff.
yeah, we just acted like
now
we
we
knew
still do that, but we could actually look it up.
shit. We
if
could
want
look it
to.
up.
Like, I remember sitting on a couch, you know, you hear a song on a commercial or on the radio. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good song. I wonder what that was. Guess I'll never know.
Yep.
Interesting.
Or you go to your friend. Do you know that song? It goes da 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 da.
No.
Fuck. Well, that's I've exhausted my options.
Hopefully I see that commercial again.
I was in a bathroom at Chewy's yesterday, and there was a song on, and I was
I
like,
already like where that's going.
and I was like, I think this sounds like Post Malone. So I hit the thing. What song is this? And then
Circles by Post Malone.
a bunch of people started walking in, and I was like, oh, never mind. Like I got embarrassed that because I was like sitting there in the bathroom holding my phone up to the air. I didn't figure it out. Was it Circles by Post Malone?
Probably. That's his hit right now, and it's a pretty cool little jam. I actually like Post Malone a little bit.
Whatever. I've heard some Post Malone I do not like. I've heard some Post Malone I like.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, this music video is rad. He's in fucking armor.
Heck yeah. Now I'm just going to skip over to the materia shop and pick up whatever we don't have. That's the one we shop.
This was what it was.
I
It
knew it.
literally was,
I
yeah.
was digging that song. I'm gonna borrow your pen and draw all over my face.
That's
and then
crazy.
You can be like, guest starring Post Malone.
See? We didn't even need the internet. I was like,
Yeah.
I was in a Chewy's bathroom last night, and you were like, Circles
Circles
by
by
Post
Post
Malone.
Malone.
Son of a bitch.
Guess what? I am the internet.
That's fucking rad.
I'll
Wow.
buy one more of those. And maybe a couple of potions.
Tifa's a little behind in the level department.
A little. She's only a 5. That's embarrassing. It's not everybody's.
Fire and lightning.
Yeah. I could go pick up some armor too, but I think we'll be okay. That's one gets it. Oh, there we go. There's a lot of little things you can go talk to in here to learn the game, but we're just gonna skip ahead.
Right, so like right here, like on this sort of map right here, as even kind of now, but yeah. So
Yeah.
as a kid, it'd be like, oh well, what can I interact with and what can I not
Yeah,
interact
'cause see
with?
this one right here, you could miss that super easy.
Oh
Not knowing
yeah.
you could go around it. And then see the ladder is a usable item, so it's a different color.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd have to do that at some points in the game. And even this, like where am I supposed
Lurk
to go?
away, Back Destroyer. Thank you for swinging in.
I don't plan on getting a game over, but it's here.
I don't plan on you getting a game over either. But do you blow up multiple reactors in this game, or is it just
Yeah,
the
we
one?
blow up one more reactor,
Okay.
and then that's
And then
it.
shit goes sideways.
Yeah.
Avalanche's plan is to blow up each reactor.
Yeah, because they literally suck the blood out of the planet, basically, to
Right.
keep things running. So obviously, it's, it alludes to oil and things like that, but a little bit more directly, I guess.
It's true. What matters most in a character is your Glenliness.
That's right.
I encourage all of you, if you name a character or an animal or anything in the game you're playing Glenn, take a screenshot, send it to me. I will collect them all, and I will give it to Glenn for his birthday.
Yeah. I got a cat from your mother many years ago, and its name was Sammy. And I was really trying to talk my girlfriend at the time into naming it Glenn. But she wouldn't do it.
Come on!
Renaming it from Sam to Glenn.
Oh, that's great. You working for Shinra?
Oh yeah, I'm just speeding through the dialogue. Sorry, everybody.
No, you're good.
Barrett's just got a lot of mean
You
things to
lucky
say.
fuck. Anybody that works for Shinra is gonna get a punch in the gut.
Yeah. With no remorse, because I also have a gun attached to my arm.
Oh yeah, that probably hurts. Probably hurts a little
Like,
bit.
what I like about this game is, obviously, there's a lot of machinery, right? There's robots that are self-contained.
Yeah.
They have the technology for, like a cybernetic replacement arm, right?
Yes.
He could have a robot hand.
Yes.
But he's like, I want a gun arm.
Gun. Yeah. But we could fix you. Gun
arm.
me.
Give me a gun arm. And it's his right arm. Like, most people are right-handed, so he probably was right-handed before he was no-handed.
For you, for Final Fantasy stuff, do you prefer the modern-y techie mixed with magic and fantasy, or do you prefer like a high fantasy?
I don't have a preference.
Elves and dwarves and shit.
I love the medieval fantasy games.
Yeah.
Like, I loved Final Fantasy IX because of the world.
Yeah.
And it was a little more cartoony and funny.
Yeah.
So I like that.
A bit more whimsical.
Yeah, but this one, you know, obviously it's more steampunk slash.
I was gonna ask,
retro.
is it a steampunky kind of a deal?
It has a steampunky feel with still having a lot of electronics and technology or whatever.
Right.
But you know, like he wears a pauldron with like bolts sticking out of it, or what would that be? Cyberpunky? I don't know.
Yeah, sort of cyberpunky. This sort of a mix. It's sort of a mix, I feel.
Yeah. So this is a part where we get some more timers, and they lock down the carts.
They bleep a lot of Barrett's dialogue.
Yeah.
I wonder if that will happen.
Well, he said shit in the new one.
They did
so
say
I'm sure
shit.
he'll cuss a little.
Yeah.
We gotta run. Hey.
You guys are all boned. We gotta run. Hey, what do you do? Oh, you got. Wow.
So there's stuff like that where,
You cut that close.
yeah, when you stop and talk to a certain person, you can get a little bonus points. Now we got a high potion.
Are they robbing people?
Yeah. So listen. He took my money.
Oh. By any chance, did you
wait.
steal from me? Oh, buddy. Oh, man.
Were you stressed out? I was stressed out. I just wanted my money
I
back.
had a moment.
I don't
Shit.
have there's somebody there you can talk to that gives you an item too.
So what's happening? They're locking down
Car by
cars
car.
as it goes by the...
Yeah, see now we got some Shinra soldiers in here,
All right.
but no time countdown.
Just shoot. Oh, take old Swingman Moneybags clothes there. That's a
I should.
sweet ass
Do I look
suit.
good in a Shinra uniform? Yeah.
Fuck yeah, you do.
Just like a man.
Yeah. As you know, all men look great.
That's right. I'm so happy, I think. Scary, huh?
Why do you come along anyway? For shits and giggles.
Do something.
Do
Okay.
something. I'm
I
gonna.
dare you to do something. I'm waiting on you. That's from that Post Malone song. Just so you know.
That is a Post Malone song too.
Well, it's the same song.
Oh.
So when I finally got my memory card and got to this part in the game, I was like, oh, that's the whole point of the game. We're just gonna go reactor to reactor to reactor till we're done. Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So this is reactor number 2.
Yeah.
Sector 5. Cloud, Barrett, Tifa, Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse?
Yes.
I feel like someone got a little lazy.
Jesse, everybody has a weird name. But... So if you run towards the screen, you can go several screens back and get like an ether, I think. But I'm not in the mood for that.
Ether.
Yeah, it restores your MP. There's those laser beams we had to dodge earlier, but we're just gonna go in this hole.
Do a little snippety snip.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's not me. The game clipped off the dialogue box in a
Yeah.
weird way a second ago. That
I
wasn't
wonder if that's a formatting thing or
frame
what.
placement. Ooh, someone left a Mountain Dew. Or an ether.
The ladder's on the other side.
I will say it. He did like.
Like there's only one ladder.
Oh gosh, that's something I'd do. It does freak me out. The way they have characters go into the main character.
Yeah.
And then they spin out and walk around.
Yeah, I guess what was it? Final Fantasy VIII. They would track right behind you.
Yes, yeah, sort of like Earthbound, where they run and follow. But there are some where they don't even just walk into you. They like jump, like they're literally inhibiting your body.
Yeah.
Boat.
Now this little area, it's a great little area to power level a few levels. Going into your next little
Right.
run, but we're not worried about that.
We're not worried about levels.
No, we'll just get them as we go. Because nobody wants to sit here and watch me run around in circles for like 4 hours leveling up a character. Oh, that was a fun stream.
He fought like 50 people.
Is he gonna hit that fish again? Cool.
This remake looks like trash. But I thought the remake was going to take 3 hours. It took 1. So now we're revisiting the OG for a little bit. What's new with you, Jibba Jabba?
Yeah, right here's a little good leveling up spot.
I got a Sprite.
Yummy.
Well, we'll never trust you again, Jesse.
I am irreverently ashamed of you.
I do like the music that's like a like that. We're stealing stuff and it's Saturday morning.
We're
cartoon.
going on a heist.
Yeah. Dad life went to jiu-jitsu and got a hardcore refresher. Did you get a refresher to the face? Or did you just get a refresher? Ah, wrists. Has it been a while since you've been to jiu-jitsu? Every time I see the word jiu-jitsu, I think of the Eddie Izzard bit where he's on the moon and send $2 billion to the Sea of Tranquility. Hurry, I think this alien knows jiu-jitsu. Are you ready for a week of GTA, JB? Are you ready for a week full? Here's what I'm considering, JB. I am considering, because it is a special week, and I really like your idea of the spring breaking and entering, that perhaps on Monday, instead of a normal podcast, we do some GTA stuff. Not the stuff we were doing on Wednesday, because I don't want to. I want to keep that on schedule, the scavenger hunt stuff. But, you know, doing some other things. Well, how would you feel about that? How do you feel about that? Good?
This is
Bad?
okay.
Up and down? Ooh, okay. But
Spring
okay
breaking
is
and
a very,
entering.
to me, okay is a medium. Is I will do it.
But you see, he added 2 O's and an exclamation mark.
Okay, so it's not an, okay.
See, this
It's
is the same
oh,
graphic from
okay.
earlier, as I was saying, from that first one.
Oh, but it has a different color filter on it.
Yeah, but it's the exact same, and then you just slide down this instead.
Wow. Ah, I guess.
I guess. So, spring breaking and entering was JB's idea, right?
Yeah.
He comes up with some of the best puns of anybody I know. And
Oh.
as somebody who adores a great pun, it brings such joy to my heart. At RD, were you there at Reagan's birthday where somebody gave her like a bunch of bows? Like Courtney was like, bows, and bows, and bows. And Jonathan was like, I said she wanted speakers.
Here's what I love about JB's puns also is that they're all sometimes they're cringy but funny cringy. They're never annoying.
Yeah.
They're always silly.
There's
I
no
love
such thing as an annoying pun for
I
me.
have heard some annoying ass puns.
The worse it is, the better. Like, I don't want somebody to laugh at my jokes. I want them to go, ah.
My students don't appreciate my works of art. I love so
Then you're
JB.
doing it right.
We did this scavenger hunt on Wednesday in GTA Online, where what we were doing was JB had mapped out the 100 action figures that you can go around and collect and the 50 signal jammers to go around and destroy. And so he was going to take us to each one, and meanwhile, Sam was going to kind of interfere with it.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a little bit of sense of danger as we were doing this, but we could control that sense of danger. But what I didn't know was that he was going to be in tour guide format, and
Jonathan?
and was it's like he goes to this place and there's an action figure inside this U letter, and he's like, you know, so what you might notice about this one, and like, but he does it with everyone we find, and it was fucking hysterical. Imagine 100 puns in a session. The road to 100 puns. You look for the best one that someone else had already done. Yeah. Well, I mean, he looked for a map and then led us around and made the tour guide jokes as we went. It was, you'll notice the U has a friend since you always deserve a good friend. It's so good. Duk. Papa. Sephiroth.
Which Glenn is talking right now?
Sephiroth is.
That's where it's going to get confusing.
It will get a little confusing. I heard the boss. That's Baby Tifa, right?
Yeah, baby Tiefers. In her little cowboy hat.
Oh, sometimes I pass out and remember shit. Glenn.
Mm-hmm. What is that?
It's good looky.
So this part of the
Get
game
in.
does have one of the most annoying parts to the game
Yeah.
coming up. There's a sequence where you have to press a button at the exact same time. And so you just have to time it with Glenn and Glenn to make sure you're hitting it at the same time. to
Oh,
unlock
I
the door.
remember because it's a lot of like. Nope.
Nope. Nope. Nope. Whoops.
Fire.
Yeah, see his little machine gun arm now? Like, it's still on his arm, but he's just got a little...
Oh, yeah. Punch them guns.
I should have given her lightning. She's kind of weak right now.
So the materia is attached to the weapons
Or armor.
or armor. Okay.
And so later on you get stuff like called elemental materia. And so let's say you link that with a fire materia on your sword, you get added fire damage.
Okay.
But if you
And
link it
doing
to your
your armor,
armor,
do you get boosts to the defense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can make any character do anything, but some are better at certain types of magic, or some are better at commands based on their stats.
Right.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the restore materia away from Glenn
Yeah.
and give it to Glenn in place of, I guess, lightning.
Lightning, so that Glenn can use lightning, because Glenn's a little underleveled compared to Glenn and
Yeah,
Glenn.
and Glenn doesn't hit as hard as Glenn, so
Right.
it's a lot better for Glenn to be able to do something. And then we'll go ahead and give Glenn a potion while we're open, because his health's a little low.
Right. Perfect.
I don't think we need to save again.
He trips and falls off the ladder. Game over.
Game over.
Of course. And there's no autosave in
There's
this
no
game.
autosave
So if you
whatsoever.
choose not to save and you die,
Yeah.
it's back to the last save.
Yeah, but luckily we saved there before we set the bomb.
Oh, okay.
Remember? So we have a
Right,
recent
right.
save,
There's reason.
but I'm not going to die.
It's not going to happen.
No. Like, I can't remember the last time I got a game over in Final Fantasy VII. Maybe
I straight up forgot what the game over screen looks like.
Well, it took me a minute, remember? It's like, let's see how, I know these are humans, but I feel like humans don't like getting electrocuted either.
I would guess. I don't think I've ever been electrocuted. I've never been set on fire. My friend Mark has.
I've been on fire, but I haven't been like set on fire. Like I sprayed my hand down with off one time and lit it on fire.
Yes,
that
that's
was cool.
essentially what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was cool, but it didn't hurt. But I've never been like on fire.
You were off fire.
Yeah, fire was on me,
Right.
but I was not on fire.
And it was off.
Right. It was off.
Yeah.
Fire was on off.
Yeah.
Fire was on fire, on off.
Jesus.
You know what? All these Glenn names are confusing enough. Let's just stop.
Why are we doing this to ourselves?
But no, I've been electrocuted by like, changing out light fixtures and stuff like that. And it's just like, ooh, that tickled. Like it's just a little.
Yeah, it just reminds you you're alive.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to be reminded that you're alive.
Yeah. This could be taken from you at any second. You're right. Yeah.
Better test my patience, test the odds, push the boundaries.
Drink a bang. So is that Pi 5?
It is Pi 5,
I wonder if that's where the restaurant got its name.
probably.
Just big old Final Fantasy VII nerds.
And then there's that other restaurant, Switch On. Code deciphered. See, in this part they flipped around because it was facing the other direction in the other one.
Oh, it's just a flipped model?
Well, they re-rendered it, I'm sure, but it's showing it to us from the other side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this part here. No.
You were too fast?
Yeah. Too fast again.
Wow, that's exact.
Too slow.
And it just goes till you do it right.
Yep.
But they don't give you a countdown.
Nope.
You just...
You just have to feel it.
Mother of Christ.
That wasn't so bad. It's gone way worse than that before.
Woo! What was the fucking game where, and I want to say it was a Breath of Fire, where the puzzle was you had to stand still and stare at the statue for like 2 minutes and not touch anything?
It might have been Breath of Fire.
Was it a Grandia?
It was Grandia. Grandia 2, I believe.
Oh, fuck you, Grandia 2.
Yeah. And they don't really tell you that,
Yeah, it's something like pray. It's like pray and be calm.
Yeah.
It alludes to it, but it does, and so you're running around looking for shit. You're like,
do I touch the altar?
and it's not an optional thing. It is to progress the fucking game. You sit there and you stare at it and you set the controller down until the game is ready to let you play it again.
Well, that's like, I had that struggle with Metal Gear Solid when you're trying to get a hold of Meryl for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, look on the back of the disc.
Oh God, yeah.
And
I literally remember that because we had rented the game.
yeah.
Oh, no, we'd bought it. Go ahead. People who rented the game were especially fucked.
Yeah, but it was made to, combat, because you could copy games for the PlayStation. There was a way you could burn them. We're gonna go ahead and use it.
Oh, I had a bunch of yeah. When I was in college, one of the guys used to burn Dreamcast games.
Yeah.
And he would churn them out, whatever the fuck you wanted, man. You went to Gerald.
Yeah, and then the Dreamcast died because nobody was buying any of the games.
Oh man.
But yeah, with Metal Gear, I even had the case, but I was like, you have an item in your inventory that was a disc that you got from the DARPA chief.
So clearly it was that.
You're like, how do I flip it over? Is there a command?
Yeah. How does this work? I remember the way we figured it out was...
I'm gonna save my magic.
I believe, God, I think Mark and I were playing it, and they're like, look on the back of the disc. We went through the menus. We're like, what the fuck do we even do? And he grabs the CD case and he goes, I can't figure it. We're like, I can't figure it out. He goes, I mean, it's on the back of this case, but how do we? Oh, like we had noticed it but didn't notice it.
Yeah, and it's literally like there's 3 photos of action from the game. It's like, oh, there he is with a gun. There's a boss, and there's
the codec.
A codec conversation.
Yeah.
And you look close, like, oh, there's the numbers.
Meryl.
Like, I think I had to go number by number.
Oh, jeez.
I just went up, and it was like, there's like 100 of them.
Dreamcast is your favorite system, Crazy Smurf? What was your favorite game on the Dreamcast, buddy? I remember playing Blue Stinger on the Dreamcast, and it was probably fucking garbage, but I remember loving the shit out of that game. I got caught up because there's a puzzle in the game where you go up and you're asking people what the
Power
code,
Stone,
4-digit code to this door is. And I was playing it on Christmas Eve. And the Dreamcast had an internal clock, and so I thought that the game was changing depending on what time of year it was. I was playing it right before Christmas, and so there's a lot of Christmas shit in the game. And I was like, this is so fucking, look, it's the future of gaming. And so I go up to this little girl, they're like, ask so-and-so about the code to the door. So I go up to the girl, and she's like, it's Christmas Eve. And I was like, oh, that's cool. She's noting it's Christmas Eve. I'm playing on Christmas Eve. And I talk to her again, it's Christmas Eve. Talk to her again, it's Christmas Eve. And as I'm wandering around, how do I get the fucking code to this door? It was 1224. But I didn't know that because I was playing it on.
She was just saying,
I thought she was noting that it was Christmas Eve. So they make the game.
Oh yeah, you do see the president. I forgot about this.
Make sure the
Yeah,
picture's
he's the
printed on the case, or people are going to get pissed, right?
Yeah,
So
took
this
me a
is the
while.
president of Shinra.
Yeah. So we do get to talk to him for a minute.
Okay, and his name is President Shinra.
Yeah, that's his last name. It's his company.
Tell me, traitor, what was your name?
Glenn.
Glenn. I can't remember to, but please, your party.
You should remember. This is Glenn.
This is Glenn. This is Glenn. This place going up with a bang soon. Vermin?
That makes you King Vermin.
As Barrett takes on Halliburton.
Single-handedly.
Oh my god. It's never gonna stop. This is gonna be the rest of my life.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's Rosie from
The Jets.
the Jetsons. Almost the
It looks
Futurama.
like my Roomba. Techno Soldier.
On a little Lego helicopter.
Yeah. Like, I remember seeing the helicopter and not really seeing what exactly it was supposed to be. It's like, it's a really weird looking helicopter.
What is that? Hey, Sizzlebutt!
Real.
Remember, you're available early. So, I work from 3:30 to 6:30 during the week, so let me double check. And I have to double check with the other podcast members too, because I don't want to cast them out in the cold. But I would like to do as much GTAing this week as possible. A man has fallen into the Lego City River. Build the rescue copter. The Shinra rescue copter, yeah.
Glenn's got a limit break.
Yeah. Oh, Glenn's limit broke all over the floor.
Oh, disgusting.
They get a blanket. They won't be cold. Just let the podcasters celebrate. Yeah. So Sizz, if you would like to join us for an EGTAing this week, you're more than welcome to. Thinking about playing Monday instead of the podcast, and then on Wednesday we're going to continue our scavenger hunt. And even though you missed the first 25 or so of the scavenger hunt, what are you talking about? These are clearly 3 different Glens. There's Glenn, and then there's Glenn, and we
Glenn.
just got
Yeah,
Glenn.
this is our first mission with Glenn, so she's been a real asset to our team.
Yeah.
Unlike Glenn.
Yeah. But you're welcome to join us on Wednesday, even if you didn't do the first part of the scavenger hunt. You'll just have missed the first part of the scavenger hunt.
All right, we're gonna do some doctoring up.
Yeah. But first, Glenn has a limit break.
Oh wait, I forgot I gave that to Glenn, so I'll use Glenn. That's gonna kill Glenn. Great. See what happens when I don't pay attention. I'm gonna get my first game over on this game in 20 years.
On stream. I really hate that.
Then it's
We've
working.
triggered Sizz.
Oh man, Glenn didn't get any experience. Oh well, Glenn needed more anyway. 'Cause
Yeah.
Glenn needs to catch up to
I
Glenn
guess
and
so.
Glenn. So that works.
It's just like I can't do. I have to leave the stream. Oh. You shouldn't have been standing so close.
Yeah, it's his own fault. You can do it, Glenn.
Not a damn thing. Fuck all I can do. Sleep.
Glenn, please don't die, says Glenn. I know, Glenn. You gonna be all right? Did you see it was spelled A-W-R-I-T-H?
All right.
You gonna be all right?
All right, all right, all right.
Oh, Glenn.
Stop talking like this is the end. Later.
Later. Michael, she reaches like, you couldn't reach him earlier. Why do you think you're gonna reach him when he's further down?
No.
I love that he just dead weight falls too. There's not like a.
Oh yeah. He's just.
And I'm free.
Cloud's ready.
Free falling.
You all right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm wondering if this voice is supposed to be Zach.
Oh, do they not address that in this game?
No. You see Zach if you go back to the mansion after you've already been to it.
Uh-huh.
And you see a cutscene with Zach, like Cloud and Zach in a truck.
Yeah, I remember that. Right around the time you meet Vincent?
I can't remember, probably, because Vincent was a Turk at that time.
Well, you've really fucked my garden, asshole.
Pretty much. She says that, too.
She does check on him first.
Yeah.
You okay? Yeah. You're lucky you landed in a church.
Thank God.
But a church of Satan.
Thanks, Satan. See, if you're mean to her, they give you some options. And if you're mean to her, she's like, oh, well, you just broke my flowers, but whatever. But we'll be nice to her this
Poor
time.
Eris. Eris wants the best for everybody.
She is. She's a sweet little lady.
So, we meet again after that last few seconds.
Wait, what was it? Oh, Glenn, right? That was your name.
What was your name?
See if you say never saw you before.
Oh, right, because she saw you in the city
Yeah.
after the reactor blew up. That's right. I forgot about that.
And see, when you remember her, her love points go up.
Say, do you have any materia? I'm a little low, you see.
Give me all your shit.
Who's this character? Oh, this character's name is actually Glenn.
Mm-hmm. I feel bad because what if there's somebody that's never played this game before and they're watching it because they're excited about the new one? I have no idea what anybody's names are.
We're covering up spoilers for you.
Yeah, that's what it is.
We're just keeping you from knowing.
Oh, dude, I cried so hard when Glenn dies. But then there's that other scene with Glenn.
Yep.
And then there's the two sections where you get to control Glenn or Glenn.
Right. Jason was remarking that were we to continue with this specific playthrough, there is a point at which the game asks you which characters you'd like to take with you, and it only gives them to you via text. You don't see their pictures or anything.
Yeah, it's like, who do you want on your party? Oh, Glenn, Glenn, and Glenn.
Yeah. Are we naming them all Glenn? No, we're just naming the Glenn's Glenn.
Only if it makes sense for the character.
Right. Sis, God, I swear, Sis, you and I have fucking... Sis and I disagree. Sis is like you and me. We disagree on like everything, but our sense of humor is the same.
And like the 5 or 6 things we agree with, we're right.
We know we're right, yeah.
We're absolutely right.
If Jason and I agree on something, you know it's fucking true.
Yeah.
I feel embarrassed. That makes sense now. Glenn, don't let it get to you. Oh, I just remembered in Advent Children, there's a fight in this church.
Oh, with
and
Tifa?
it's dope as shit.
Or Glenn? No, she's Tifa in the movie.
Yeah, in the movie she's Tifa. Oh man, I want to watch that again. That's good.
Yeah.
The fights in that movie were good.
Oh, yeah.
Like John Wick-esque before John Wick.
Or like Silicon Knights Metal Gear.
Yeah. Oh, damn. I really want to try and find... Do you have Twin Snakes?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Actually, no, I don't right now.
Oh.
Somebody's borrowing it, but I can probably get it back.
Bassett, I need to find that.
Yeah,
if anybody loves me out there, if you can find a copy of Twin Snakes on GameCube, it is literally the only reason why I kept the Wii, is because it's the only way I can play Twin Snakes.
Yeah, Twin Snakes, Melee, Well, not even Wind Waker now because they had the remake for Wind Waker.
Since we were actually mentioned this earlier, the Advent Children movie. Did you ever see Advent Children Complete? Basically the expanded version. They released Complete at the same time they released it on Blu-ray. Mm-hmm. And the way that I described it earlier was, if you did not like Advent Children, you're not going to like Advent Children Complete, probably. But if you were, I think where you are, Complete is actually a complete movie.
Like
There's
story
literally a
makes
reason
little
why they
more
call it
sense.
Complete. Yeah. So it is good.
For me,
I recommend
love
watching
it
Complete.
because I'm a huge fan of this game.
Sure.
But I feel like there was kind of a disconnect with some of the voice actors.
Like they didn't record together. So
yeah, and even like there was like no emotion behind anybody's voice.
Yeah.
Because they hired a lot of them. They hired like real actresses.
I got to figure out the Cloud voice now.
Yeah, it was Steve Bloom and
I don't think
Advent
it was-
Children, but I don't know.
I really don't think it was Steve Bloom though.
I was pretty sure it was. Or
Steve
maybe-
Burton.
Oh, Steve Burton.
Yeah.
That's right.
Steve Burton, and he was in
something.
I think General Hospital. He was an actor in General Hospital.
Maybe.
So Steve Burton.
And then I think Steve Burton did the voice of Sephiroth in Kingdom Hearts
Yeah,
too.
General Hospital since oh no, he hasn't. He'd been Young and the Restless.
Cyber Tracker.
Yeah, so he was Cloud in
know what
Advent Children. But I don't think he's Cloud.
He's not Cloud now. I
in
know they
Remake.
recast Cloud. I didn't know they didn't recast Barrett, but I'm glad about that. Here you go for all the jumping you were griping about earlier.
Oh.
Like, she can't do it.
Yeah, I'm not a goddamn Mario character, so ain't gonna happen.
I'm gonna need you to jump 15 yards.
I'm gonna need you to jump, like everyone else has been jumping. The Ancient is getting away? Did they refer to Eris as the Ancient?
Glenn.
Oh.
But yes. Glenn is an ancestor of the ancients.
Oh no, wait a minute. No, this is different. Hold on. I had wrong information
What
earlier.
else is new? I don't know if this is the right barrel. I usually push the wrong ones on purpose because it makes Aerith hate you a little bit, but then she also gets a chance to level up. Hit him with your stick.
John Ecker Bentley. Okay, Cody Christian is Cloud Strife. For the record. And then, hold on, I have to double check the Barrett. John Eric Bentley. John Eric Bentley. Okay.
Is that the guy in the remake? Because that's a new one.
Yeah, remake is John Eric Bentley. And
Yeah, because Jet was the voice in Advent Children.
right, okay, so yeah, there was some mixed. So it is a brand new, from what I can tell, is a brand new cast top to bottom.
Yeah, I know Tifa and Aerith are different ones.
Glenn got jump. Thanks for the clips is.
Not this barrel.
Oh
I
man.
want to push this barrel. We'll do it right.
Oh, I started playing Control yesterday. You saw a little
I
bit.
saw
of
a
that.
little bit.
Oh, that game's so good.
Yeah,
It is really good.
It kind of came out of nowhere, you know?
And I get, like we were talking about, I guess they didn't market it for shit.
Yeah.
Because it is a fantastic, mind-thinky, great action. Oh man, it is top notch. A trained soldier with a fucking assault rifle or a chick with a stick. If that chick's name is Glenn, all bets are off. Woo! Noir!
Somebody hasn't been playing Donkey Kong. Okay, she can jump like a champion, I guess.
Oh yeah, now you can.
Where was that when you were being shot at? They're just bullets.
Why can't you do the same shit when you're
Yeah.
getting shot at?
I've been getting shot at this whole game so
I
far.
don't think I could eat a sandwich while being shot at. This brings back some Dark Souls memories.
I love the music in this game so much too.
I do like the fact that they change the backgrounds depending on where you're at. You don't have just like a general like fight arena.
Yeah. It's always kind of based on whatever room you're in. Or
Patink! What are these, the attic rats?
yeah. Look more like little hedgehogs.
I thought we sprayed for red hedgehogs. I like that noise.
And her sound effects, well, everybody's sound effects change depending on their weapon. Like Cloud gets a baseball bat later as one of his weapons, and it's like, bonk. Give me your potion.
So I'm gonna guess,
Bye.
JB, to answer your actual question on Monday, I'm gonna guess 7:30. I have to double check a couple
Hey,
things.
turn your phone off over there.
Glenn,
Yeah.
turn off your phone.
Didn't we tell you before we started?
It'd be a great reveal if Glenn had been here the whole time.
Dun dun dun! Sitting in the corner pointing at the camera like the thing from
Like
Silent
the
Hill.
Silent Hill. Oh, that's funny.
And now I'm gonna mute Glenn's phone. There we go. That's professional.
Yeah. Hey. Remember, if you're streaming or playing video games and your wife tries to call or text, just remember, mute makes it so you can't hear them.
And also remember, never mute your wife.
And never mute your wife. Ever. That's a bad idea. Bad advice from Stevo and Jason.
That'd be a great podcast. I'm full of that.
Oh, that's good stuff.
So this is kind of a cool little scene. You can see the
The
center of
destruction.
town while we're jumping over these rusty roofs.
Oh wait, this isn't destruction. This is just
No,
what
this is just
Midgar
where
looks
she
like.
lives, yeah.
Well, you're gonna need a tetanus shot after this. Oh, you're terrible.
You're just terrible. Hey Glenn, were you ever in Soldier?
No comment. Oh no, I just huff Mako in my basement.
See, she was alluding to that she knew about Soldier because her boyfriend was in Soldier.
All right, her biffles.
Yeah.
I'd like a scene from like Kevin Costner and Whitney Houston's Bodyguard where like Eris carrying Cloud. My house is over here.
I think he was trying to get me to come to your house.
Mm-hmm. I see your game. I see your game.
Shaking that ass.
Back it up. Back it up. Remember to back up your game.
Wow, I've never made it through that little area without a fight.
Really?
Yeah. There's a weirdo in here.
Really? A random tube?
Yeah.
There's a weirdo in a random
Yeah.
tube? Let's go meet the tube weirdo.
Yeah.
He's got trophies.
He does.
Ooh, ah, just a little bit. Ooh, ah, a little bit more.
Please don't. What was that? Was that Savage Garden? Is it sad that I recognized it?
You probably did recognize it from something in the late 90s, early 2000s, but I think it's Savage Garden.
Just the,
Ooh, ah, a
Or-
little bit more. Ooh,
or is
ah,
it Spice Girls
little
maybe?
bit. I know what you're looking for.
Yeah, Spice Girls.
I don't think it's Spice Girls either.
Where's the internet?
Ooh, ah, just a little bit. Ooh, ah, a little bit more.
I'm about to learn something and be so happy that I learned it.
It's by Gina G.
Oh, of course. The great Gina G.
Yeah.
We're going to give Glenn the cover materia so that he'll block Glenn from the hits. And we need to give her
Oh, that's hype as shit.
a Titan bangle so she can have something to do.
And the song is called Ooh, ah, just a little bit, just for the record.
Okay, great. I like JB's Mattress Giant reference. Only at Mattress Giant. Ooh, ah.
You ever get a little bit going by that Mattress Giant commercial?
Oh,
That's basically porn on TV.
that's audibly just doing something for me. So I love these chairs in her house that you have to,
Jesus.
as an adult, you have to climb up onto.
That's a 6-foot chair.
Is Glenn a girl? Yeah.
Yeah.
A girlfriend? Yeah, that's right.
You know it. Oh, you just watched her heart break in real
did.
time. Oh, you bastard.
I usually just like,
You also lied.
oh yeah, that's true.
That's okay.
I'm pretty sure I've lied.
You-
I'm pretty sure I've lied in real life about Tifa being my girlfriend. So that's fine. Oh no, my girlfriend's really hot. She always wears a mini skirt. She's
gonna
got
be-
brown hair.
She runs a bar.
Yeah, she beats people up.
She'll beat you up.
Yeah, she's 22. She's just really into 14-year-olds for some reason. That's still pedophilia, and it's wrong, and it's sick.
It is still. We're saying like when we were 14 and Tifa's perpetually 22.
Yeah, she's still 22.
Yeah,
what I like about video game girls. I keep getting older and they stay the same age.
Do you think that you'll be able to make it through FF7 Remake without catching feelings?
Oh, I already caught him from the demo. You kidding me? What am I supposed to do? I forgot. Oh yeah, I gotta talk to her. Blah blah blah.
Elmira.
Oh, I have to spend the night. That's right. I'm tired.
It's a sleepy place.
So where's Elmira gonna sleep? Guess she's gonna go stay at a hotel.
Right? She'll sleep in her 6-foot chair.
Yeah.
They got some big old feet.
Yeah.
Those little duck flappers.
I can just hear them like the tires hitting. It's like walking around in scuba gear.
So this, at some point, the voices in his head stop?
Yeah, I think so.
Or do they keep going and they just never, but they never really confirm
They don't happen
anything?
as often later in the game.
Okay.
But then he has like a mental breakdown that Glenn helps him through.
Oh, right.
And from then on, they don't really show up, I believe.
Gross.
Gross.
Double gross. Leave me be.
Like Glenn.
There are a lot of temptations in the city. There's donut shops. There's candy stores.
Bars.
Bars.
Illicit women of the night.
Named Glenn.
See, she's wide awake now.
Oh, I've seen this on Netflix. It's called Love is Blind.
We watched that.
Oh, God, we did too.
We haven't watched the reunion episode yet, but we're going to.
Oh, we're gonna do that shit too, I'm sure.
Yeah. Now, no lies. We also watch Married at First Sight. That one's actually a little better, and the made-up drama seems more realistic. But the made-up drama in Love is Blind is just treacherous.
Oh, boy. They strung that the fuck along.
Yeah.
You know, I come down on Love is Blind, and I come down on it because it deserves to be come down on.
Yeah. I still watched every episode of it.
We watched it.
And it wasn't just because Courtney wanted to, and I was
Right.
like, I guess I'm watch this. I got a little
You
wrapped
get
up
into it. Yeah. Is Barnett and who's Barnett gonna choose?
Barnett and Jessica trying to bust things up. All right, here's a little secret. I can't remember which
Jessica.
house it is, but here's a little very important secret in this
thinking?
game. So, on the island of Wutai, which is an optional area, if you go and see all their marketing posters, then you get like a whole collection of items and some materia
Okay.
for free. This is the first one. So
Oh.
if you don't happen to just walk up to this wall and look at that,
It's over.
it's over.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you get one more chance to revisit this, and then there's one in the Shinra Tower that you get one other chance to revisit. But if you don't get them, you just don't ever get
Wait,
that.
was that guy all strung out on like
Oh,
Coca-Cola and
little sick
shit.
Kid. I guess we can rob him too while we're here. He's sick.
Glug, glug.
No one will find it. The top one and the bottom one.
Yeah.
Give me your money.
That's what happens drinking too much cola.
That's right. We just robbed that sick child.
Took his cola money. Backchar. So this version of the game I have played before, and Jason's played a million times.
I'm still enjoying it.
The remake that we played earlier, that we did the demo for, was fantastic, and I'm extremely looking forward to it because I liked the way that Final Fantasy 15 played. I just didn't remember any of the story or really care. But Final Fantasy 7 is a story that I'm already familiar with and love. So I think the remake is going to be everything that I need it to be.
Yeah, I'm excited about all the fleshing out of the story that they're going to be doing.
Right. Now, as far as this goes, I could watch Jason play Final Fantasy 7 OG on PS1 all the way through. I don't know that I have it in me to play through Final Fantasy 7 on PS1 all the way through anymore.
I think you'd probably enjoy it more, like I was saying earlier, on the phone, where you can they let you activate cheats basically. I'm really happy to find out that this house is a villain, or it's an enemy in the new game too.
It is?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
They show it in one of the gameplay trailer. Not really a trailer, but there was like a gameplay demo that somebody had.
And it's a house. It's a mechanical house?
Yeah, it's a house, and then it turns into this weird, like, ghosty looking house.
So how does this exist?
I don't know.
The fuck is this thing?
But it's in there. It's in the game. It's this weird skeleton-faced house.
Stuff you don't question as a kid. You're like, oh, it's a house.
Yeah,
oh,
of course I'd find a house in a junkyard.
Yeah. How do you live?
Please don't kill me.
Are you looking forward to FF7 Remake Backstory? Is that something that you're in for, down for? So it looks like we have 1 year of exclusivity. All signs are pointing to timed exclusivity, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sold that they're gonna put. I feel like it may show up on PC, and obviously Xbox and PC are so intertwined these days that it's kind of hard to differentiate between the two of them. But not in a betrayal sense, but wouldn't it just be weird to play Final Fantasy VII on Xbox?
I mean, for me...
Because you could play this, now you can play this Final Fantasy VII on Xbox.
This game is the reason I became, like, a Sony fanboy. It's like, as long as Sony has consoles, I'm going to get that because Final Fantasy VII is going to be on it at some point.
Right.
This part here, I got stuck here so many times on my first playthrough.
Do you have to walk up that thing?
But like when you don't see it, you think you have to go in there, but it won't go up the arm or come down here. See, look, there's a mechanical hand right there. They exist.
Right, yeah.
But yeah, you have to walk up that beam, and if you don't notice it, you're trying to come around this way.
Hit the button for the arrows, because I don't think even the arrows will show you.
They don't.
Yeah, because
I can go back and look.
Oh no, but because the arrows show you the transitions, not the.
They show you the transitions, and they show you things you can like interact with.
Right.
I'm gonna say take her home because she hates it. Like I always nag on Glenn so that I can have the date with Glenn.
Oh right, that's right. Yeah. That's right. I forgot.
Let's take a break. See, they won't let you go without her. I tried my best.
You stay here, Glenn.
Hi, Grippin' Yam.
Hey, Grippin' Yarn.
Grippin' Yarn. This is my all-time favorite game of all time. I've probably beat it like 25 times at least. And every time I revisit it, it's
Griping Yarn. I like Griping Yarn though.
Griping Yarn.
That's a good name. That's a good name too. So yeah, you beat it, a dozen and a half times on disc.
Yes.
And then you beat it an extra.
Several times on my phone. I had it on PS3. I didn't buy it on PS4, but it's because when I replay it, I'm usually on a mobile device now.
I'm curious. I'm curious that if we have, because this right here.
Then I own it on PC also.
This is the digital version on PS3. So this is a PS1 classic on PS3. and they do an okay job of up-resing things to make it look okay. I'm wondering, though, this compared to the actual version that you can get on, like, PS4 or Xbox One.
This looks a little more crisp, anyway. Oh, yeah, as far as PS1, it should be identical to this.
I think it would be identical to this.
But this, compared to the PS1 original release, it was a little rough.
You were thinking about getting into it back? I say go for it. If you have time to play through the OG Final Fantasy VII, and you have for me, it would take some patience for someone like Jason.
And what I was saying is for like 10 or 12 bucks on your mobile devices on Apple and Google Play.
Yeah.
You can get it where the battle system runs faster, your stats are already maxed up, and you can run through the battles if you're wanting to just literally play through the story. Yeah. Because some people just don't dig turn-based RPGs, and I get that. But sometimes it's nice just to be able to roll through it.
Yeah.